Here's an intro. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. We're on the what are we calling ourselves?
Freeform.
We're still. Oh,
And
that's right.
stumbling out of the block, Synesthesia.
The four horsemen.
We still the four.
The four horsemen.
Stumbling out of the blocks is the four horsemen.
Freeform.
Wow, Death is really struggling today. Yeah.
Me.
Famine looks like it's starving. Wow, Pestilence just puking. Yeah.
I think I'm Pestilence.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think
Just
so.
gonna take that, huh?
Yeah,
All right.
Dal-
That's
yeah,
fun.
you're-
I really don't want to play this game, but okay.
Death,
Anyway,
famine.
I'm literally dying.
You're
Anyway, welcome to the Freeform,
Plague,
we'll
right?
call it podcast. I'm Dallas.
I'm Zach.
I'm Tim.
Oh, I'm Gabby.
Sorry, guys. Gabby forgot who she was for a minute.
Maybe I was like, hey.
Tonight, we're going to talk about some very interesting things like synesthesia and why people become douchebags when they get beamers.
That comes at the very end. You can just
No,
turn it
listen to the
off.
whole thing. Trust me,
Jack
it's
the
worth it.
Ripper.
There's
And
also Jack the Ripper.
There's
for
also a
minute.
lot of Jack the Ripper and how he may or may not be related to the Zodiac,
Zodiac.
killers.
Yeah.
Find out more on this episode of Freeform Podcast. Oi!
Nice. This is English, bitch.
English.
Tim, put that on your door.
That was. I would. Should they get
This
fired?
is English, bitch.
Would you, though?
Probably. No, I wouldn't
No.
get fired. I'd get reprimanded.
Be like, I'm expressing.
I would
Freedom
get.
of speech.
No, I would get put on report, and then I would have one more complaint against me, and then I'd be on review. So that would be fun.
Well, yeah. That's its own kind of fun, I suppose.
No, I'd have to
Just
do
like
something
going to Disneyland.
much more egregious to just straight up get fired.
Yes, getting reprimanded by your department chair is the same as going to Disneyland.
For me, it is.
Yeah, sure. For you, it
I
is.
hate going to Disneyland. I hate most
Oh.
theme parks. They're horrible.
I've never been to
You go there-
Disneyland a day in my
I
life.
love it.
Neither
Dude,
of
Dallas
us.
is like the place of joy. Yeah, it's the place of despair.
Oh,
for
no,
me.
no.
It looks miserable.
It's not the place of joy. And it doesn't claim to be either.
It looks
It's the
horrible there.
happiest place on earth.
It's
The
not
happiest
happy
place.
though.
That's
What?
what it says.
It's not happy though.
Why not? I think it is happy.
Everybody who's
I think
there is
it is.
sad.
Really?
Because happiness is an instant.
Sure. But it's happy the way like Pinocchio is in Happy Land.
Well, he's also Disney, so there you go.
Yeah.
Drugs.
So
I
what
mean-
I'm saying is,
I'm referencing the character, not necessarily the Disney character, but yeah.
oh, he's
okay.
always gonna be. He's always been a Disney character.
No, he hasn't always been a Disney
Yeah.
character.
You're like,
No.
Pinocchio's been. It's always been Disney.
It's an Italian
Always has
folktale.
been.
Always has been.
Yeah. There's no such thing as Italian in Disneyland.
There's no such thing as a. Wait, no, because don't they
Hey,
have?
look, man, Disneyland doesn't see race, okay?
Yeah. They just see green. That's the only color that matters to them.
Doesn't Disneyland like Disney World has like that world's like center or whatever where it's like it's
It's a
it's
small world after all.
no
Yes.
hell
That's
no.
I think what you're talking
That's
about.
the
like
UN.
that's like
this.
that's like a
UN.
cult inducing chant. Anyway,
Correct.
I mean, and you're not wrong.
no, in Disney World they have like a center that sells beer and it's,
Really?
yeah, and there's a German,
No kid zone.
Belgium,
No kids.
like it's like different European countries
Kids,
have
go
food
away.
and drink there.
Really?
And I think Italy's there. I would assume. Why wouldn't you have an Italian shop where you could overprice noodles?
Maybe. But I'm just saying the only color that matters to them is green.
To Disney, yeah.
Yeah. The only reason they're all inclusive is because they're willing to take all money.
Well, all American money.
Well, unless you're in the other lands.
Remember date?
Disneyland, Paris.
Yeah, they have Paris, they have Tokyo, and
The one in China failed.
yeah, they tried one in China, right?
Yeah,
Were
then
they gonna-
China said no.
Oh, that's right. Were
I'm
they
assuming.
were they gonna
I
make?
don't know for a fact. I'm just assuming.
I thought they were gonna
China.
make one in Australia.
Oh, I don't know about that.
That
No,
would make a
everybody's too chill.
lot of sense.
Would make a lot of sense.
Super remote.
I know they tried to make one
Two
Just
words.
put it
Finding
in the center
Nemo.
of the bush.
See?
just in the middle of the outback.
It's in the desert. Like, just,
Yeah,
It's like
be great.
we have to helicopter you in,
It gives some use. You know?
All I'm saying
Or
is
no,
Finding Nemo would fucking kill there. Like,
Oh my god, it's so
that's
would.
all I'm saying.
Oh man,
Absolutely.
That's true.
that line for that ride would be days.
No, it's not even Disney World. It's just Disney World Nemo edition.
Oh yeah, the whole thing
The
is
whole
Yeah.
park
Nemo.
is just
Yeah.
Nemo.
Dude, I'd want to go to that one. Nemo's great.
Here's where you can put fish in a bag and
No.
toss them out a
No,
window.
no.
Just
Gabby,
throw them
that-
in the ocean. We're just
Gabby,
literally
that-
polluting the
That's
ocean.
a terrible idea because
dead
what would
fish
Disney
in a
do?
bag.
Disney'd be like, we need to recreate the Great Barrier Reef. So they go in and they destroy the Great Barrier Reef and recreate it in cement.
Yeah, but this one has Ellen DeGeneres. So listen.
Yeah, okay, fair point.
Don't people not like her anymore?
Yeah, she's kind of not good
She
anymore.
got cancer or
Yeah.
something because people find out how mean.
You say she got cancer.
Oh no,
She's
no,
not
no.
good anymore.
like, whoa.
Physically. Like, people still
No,
like
no.
her.
People
She's
don't
just
like her anymore because she got cancer.
Yeah,
cancer.
would be.
These anti-cancer culture.
Oh gosh, society would be in a truly deplorable state. If people got cancer and are like, screw that guy. Why? He got cancer. And you're
Ew.
like, oh gosh. Like,
Man, how gross is that?
yeah,
That's terrible.
that'd be truly
Get
sad.
him off the air.
You know what's really sad is that's how they used to treat.
People?
Yeah, especially with leprosy.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, we're just going full circle, man.
Well, I'm gonna go.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go out on a limb, and I apologize to all our leper listeners.
Out on a limb?
Yeah, that was intentional, everyone.
definitely.
No, it wasn't.
The point is,
You're not that smart.
the point is, if you have leprosy, that's actual that's a disease that will spread.
Tim, where are you going with
so
this?
Yeah,
yeah,
what's
what
your
are you?
point?
What
I'm
is
saying-
this a PSA? What the fuck
No,
is happening here?
no, I'm saying if you have,
I'm not a fan of whatever.
Hey, everybody. Don't get leprosy.
Yeah.
yeah, I'm saying if you have
It's bad
cancer
for you.
versus if you have leprosy, I'm more apt to hang out with the person with cancer
Yeah, Tim.
Because it's not.
because I'm not gonna
contagious.
because I'm not gonna get it.
Well, as far as we know.
Nobody's arguing against you.
Yeah,
on this
I don't
point.
understand what you're saying. I'm gonna cut you off. You haven't even. You've been drinking water.
No, you were saying
No, I haven't. It's
No, I
vodka.
haven't. Jeez.
you were saying that people shied away from lepers, and I'm like, well,
Yeah.
for good reason.
Yeah. Well,
So don't put him in Disney World.
I'm
So
just-
don't put them in Disney World, or do put them in Disney World and make them happy.
I don't think that's how that works.
you could make a Disneyland for lepers specifically.
Right.
There are leper colonies. Actually, that'd be a very kind,
Make a wish.
That'd be a very kind thing of them to do is to build a theme park.
Make a wish.
Ooh, make a wish.
But then I just had this thought, like
an
Thunder
inside
Mountain
joke,
would
ladies and
not be
gentlemen.
good for a leper.
Yeah. Well, if we never say what it is,
Roller coasters, if your
then-
limbs are falling off, not a good idea.
Oh no, that's the best part.
Oh no,
Hey, dude, they might as well enjoy it as they're going out. I
Oh.
don't know. Look, I don't know.
That's
I
like
don't...
your final meal. What do you want?
Oh gosh.
Enjoy
Have
it.
you ever thought
I
about
want a
that?
roller coaster.
Here's
I want to ooze all my limbs on this roller coaster.
Yeah.
Everybody,
Done.
put your hands
Specifically-
up. Ah!
So they create a roller coaster that
Just
that
a rain of hands.
like is an X around your torso and it just leaves your limbs straight.
Oh gosh.
Specifically when you go upside down, it's real fun.
Yeah.
Isn't that just
What
like
falls
bungee
out?
jumping?
What falls out?
Bungee. Oh gosh.
Bungee jumping?
Oh, that was a
That's
terrible mental
kinda
image.
True. We
Isn't
should-
that what that is though?
Yeah.
Going upside
Basically.
down in a roller
Where
coaster.
it's like you just have they're
Yeah.
strapped in with an X across their body and the limbs
Yeah.
are just out and they're just going forward. I'm
Yeah,
like, that's
that would be a
jump.
bungee jump.
Yeah, they might as well just bungee jump.
I don't know that
You, ever-
sudden
you guys,
stop.
you guys
at the
ever
end.
think about it? How bungee jumps are just like vertical roller coasters. They only go one way.
Kind of true. Yeah. Except they're like if a roller coaster just went like really fast one direction and then just stopped and then just went backwards.
Some
Which
do that.
there actually is a roller
There
coaster
are
like
a couple
that.
that do
Now that
that.
I think about that,
Yeah, isn't it in
there's one in Six Flags. Yeah, but
remember-
it kind of twists, but
Yeah.
it like goes really
It, like,
fast and
corkscrews.
goes
stops
up.
It corkscrews.
and
And
And then it
like,
just
comes
literally
back.
just goes backwards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're cool. I
I think
the one.
the point of it is it goes really fast or something.
No, it's
Or
just
you
the fact
go
that it
backwards
spins a
through it.
lot.
Yeah.
It's just
It's
the fact
just
that
that
it
it's
spins
like
a lot
want
on
to
a
go
pole.
round.
The coolest part about that
Want to be a
that
fireman on a
one
pole.
is the fact that it goes over the entrance of the park. Like that's the real
Oh.
part about it.
Okay.
Is that it goes?
that
It literally goes
reminds me.
over the entrance of the park. So as you're walking in, pretty much.
Were we talking about the one in Vallejo?
Yeah.
Oh,
So as you pretty much as you walk in to like the main one with your ticket, right? As you go through with your ticket,
Right.
they're just like above you spinning and like you know,
Yeah.
screaming. And so I think that's the biggest thing with that
It's
ride.
to give you ambience as you walk into
exactly.
into the
You're
park.
like, oh,
The
cool,
wooden one
dead,
always freaks me out. where
Rather
it, like,
than
creaks
music.
all the time.
dead,
I don't
screams.
Like that one. The wooden one that creaks all the time. That one.
Oh, they got
You
rid of
know,
it. I
yeah.
love
Yeah,
that one.
They
The
tore it down.
Kong. It was.
Yeah.
That was the first roller coaster I ever rode.
That
I don't like
honestly,
that thing.
I'm usually not a fan of roller coasters. I like that. I liked Kong. I think Kong was sick.
I kind of liked it. It
and
was
then they
kinda
got
loud.
rid of
They got
it,
the clack,
and
clack,
now
clack,
it's
So I
bad.
didn't like it. I was like, stop making noises.
Well, that's like.
Apparently,
that was
they
why
had to
when they built
completely
it.
redesign Superman.
Superman
Don't
was
we
like a new
all?
one.
Yeah, and then they had to completely redesign it.
I haven't been there in a couple of years, so I don't know for sure. But
Don't we all?
That's weird.
You know, just sometimes Superman just needs total revamp. You know, it's not going well for him.
it's like every
Yeah,
2
it's
years.
More
True.
recently than ever. Yeah.
I like
What
how
happened
even
to good
Henry
old-
Cavill was like, I'm leaving.
I like how Henry Cavill was like, shave my mustache, screw you. I'm not
No,
doing
he's-
it.
I'm gonna go
well,
be
it
the
wasn't
Witcher.
him.
I'm gonna go be and it wasn't even for The Witcher. It was for Mission Impossible.
Doesn't matter. He's like,
right?
get me out.
He chose his mustache for Mission Impossible over Superman.
He's like,
No,
literally
no, no.
anything else.
He didn't. I
Please.
want to be clear. He didn't choose that. It was his. He was under legal obligation to keep it while they were still possibly shooting reshoots. So he had to keep it. Actually, it wasn't him.
Oh,
Like a lot of people want to put it on the actor.
No,
It's
I
not
like
the
to
actor.
put it on Henry because it makes me like him more.
That makes you like him more if he's more of
Yeah.
a dick.
Well, yeah, kind of.
Just the fact that he left Justice League. 'cause-
Yeah, just that he was like
I
Justice
just think
League's
that's
crap.
smart.
I'm not
That
And
gonna
doesn't
do
Affleck
sound
was
like a
like, please
dick.
come back.
it.
That doesn't
Yeah.
sound like a dick move. That just sounds smart.
No,
He's
no,
like,
that's what
this
we're
is a
saying.
That's what I'm
That's why
saying.
we
I
like
like
him
him more for that.
because
Oh.
he just left the. We imagine he just left the franchise because he's like, this is going down a dark.
This
Like this is
sucks, I
going
want
down
out.
the toilet. I don't care anymore.
Free
Yeah.
me now.
That's the narrative I like to
See,
spin.
From this
yeah, I like to
household.
think that like Snyder was like, "Hey, I have this supercut. I'm going to show it to you," and he like watched 5
No.
minutes of it and left.
He was like,
That's what that's
like-
the narrative I put in my mind.
and for that reason, I'm out.
yeah, yeah.
Zach came to him. The whole Justice League was the Shark Tank,
Yeah.
and he's like, "I'm out."
Hear me out.
I'm out.
And then Affleck was also like, "I'm out," but then later was like, "I'm back in."
Actually, just
Is he
kidding.
back?
No.
So Tim, no, not Tim. Nate
Oh,
was
yeah,
telling
yeah.
me
He
that
was
he's
saying that-
back in, but just like for that movie or something.
Yeah, I
Ben
don't
Affleck
know.
always looks just a little sad to me.
He
Yeah, from
kinda
what- it- it's
always
definitely
because
has.
he's
seemed like-
he's not Matt Damon.
It seemed like there's two.
Do you guys remember when I shared that meme with you about his movie that just came out a couple years, like last year, called The Way Back, and it's like he's like a basketball coach or something, and it's just like Ben Affleck's real life. Basically, it's just like the way back. Like how do I
get back?
get back?
What's his brother's name?
Oh,
I feel even worse for him.
it's
Because that's a sad shadow to be in, and then you have to be in that already. Like,
Stacy.
Stacy?
Yeah, I think it's Stacy Affleck.
Casey.
Or Casey Affleck. There it is.
Yeah, he's got a boy's name.
Casey. Yeah, Casey Affleck. Which
Casey's
Casey
mom.
Affleck.
Casey's
has,
mom.
It's good. going on.
Wow,
That's what I heard.
That works.
That's the first thing I thought.
Yeah,
of
me too.
nice, very nice.
But see,
Nice.
Casey,
Nice.
you know, Affleck the younger.
Nice.
Affleck Jr.
Yeah, no, he's not junior because he's not. He's a brother, not. He's not the
Sure?
son. He's
don't
not
think so.
Ben Affleck's son. He's his brother. So the younger.
Tim, how do you know?
He acts like his son. Just sat in the corner.
I mean,
I'm gonna go play a
Apparently-
depressed guy on a beach.
Apparently, he's helped with a lot of writing and
I love
acting
that's
stuff.
your description of him. I'm gonna,
That wasn't that like one of his movies?
Yeah,
I'm
no,
just gonna
that was right.
Be a
That was
depressed
great-
guy on a beach, and I'm like, oh, you're acting.
That was
It's
true.
just his real life.
What movie is this?
I don't know.
The beach.
The beach.
Yeah, I think it won an Academy Award for like best original
Hang on, I'll
screenplay.
look it up.
Yeah, of course. Meaning it sucked.
I mean, meaning it was written for an Oscar.
Casey
It wasn't-
Affleck,
Yeah, it's
sad
not good.
boy
Wasn't a good
on
movie.
beach.
It's compared with Shape of Water, and so
There you go.
Oh gosh.
Okay, Manchester by the Sea.
Oh, okay.
the beach.
There is a movie called The Beach.
Can I read to you?
Yeah, read it.
One title that popped up. So of course, there's like the there's images from it. There's like the casting page or whatever, and then there's like the Wikipedia page, and then beneath that, just here's the quote: "I am Do it. I am so sad. So very, very sad. Please give me an Oscar by Casey Affleck.
He wrote that.
That's usually
that's
the way.
that's the screenplay.
I am sad.
the
So
screenplay
very,
for the
very
film.
sad.
That's the
Please
screenplay.
give me an Oscar. Oh my gosh, wait, there's a whole
There's more. They wrote a whole article of it. That's awesome.
Here's the thing, okay? I'm tired of being Ben Affleck's brother. I am my own person.
There it
I am
is.
Casey Affleck, damn it, and I am so sad. So sad, in fact, that I think I deserve an Oscar.
I'm so sad.
That makes sense.
So, Academy, this is me asking you politely for an Oscar. You may be asking yourself, but why do you deserve an Oscar? Well, first of all, I am white.
yeah.
Wow.
I thought
that
was
works.
pretty obvious. I saw this hashtag going around on Twitter talking about hashtag Oscar is so white that I figured, being a white man, I had a shoe in for the nom and hopefully the win.
There it is.
True.
Did you see my movie? I was super sad in it. Oh, no, hang on.
Did you see my movie?
I also have been accused of sexual assault and harassment by multiple women. Do you know how many Oscars winners have the same thing happen? There's like a whole list.
Yeah, he's got a
I hope
got a
that
leg
was
up.
sad enough to join the ranks of these legends.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, I did not realize.
Oh, here we go. Let me give you the synopsis.
harassment.
Well, I mean,
You haven't seen my movie? Well, then let me give you a brief synopsis.
Okay.
First of all, spoilers are coming. Basically, I'm just your average dude, you know? I work as a janitor for some apartment buildings. I'm divorced, and I am a very sad alcoholic. So clearly, a very relatable character to wide audiences. Now, I get this call from my brother, right? And he tells me that he is in the hospital, which really bums me out. This is the part where I really show just how sad I can be. I just mope around while I mop around. It's pretty good, if you ask me.
Mope around while I mop around.
Anyways, I hesitate to go back to my hometown because of my ex-wife, or because my ex-wife is there, and boy, is she a drag. I mean, you know, killed our children 5 years earlier, but like, that was
What? Wow.
But don't worry, I'm still sad about that too.
Oh god.
A lot of the sadness of my character comes from this event, but it is a double-edged sword because it doesn't let me go home, and it forces me to get into fights with random dudes at bars. This happens to everyone, correct?
Right.
So I decided to go home to Manchester on the
Tuesday.
Sea, which, surprise, is the title of the film. See, now we are getting somewhere. However, I get there too late and my brother has died. Yes, this is sad.
rough.
I literally almost cried reading the script. Way more than when I accidentally burned down my own house with my kids inside. This is my brother we are talking about. Now, up until this point, this movie has been mainly about me, which is great. Probably the best part about the movie is the first part, where I get drunk a lot. That's where you really see me at my saddest. The next part, however, is mainly about this kid I have to take care of, my brother's son. He's a typical teenager, you know? 2 girlfriends that don't know about each other, he's in a band, and his dad is dead. Very relatable. I thought so too.
Wow.
Apparently, in the will...
That kid's a
love that.
baller.
I love
Apparently,
the answer, Max.
in the will, I am now his permanent legal guardian, which is a weird choice considering what happened to my biological kids.
Yeah.
I think that is what it's called, dramatic irony, but I am not sure.
It's
I will
not
ask
dramatic
Ben.
irony.
I will ask Ben. So yeah, this kid and I try our best to get along, but you know how kids are.
Excuse me.
It's tough, and it makes me really sad. I don't have kids of my own, and now I have this kid who is a handful. Look, I was just being a janitor with no kids, and that was the sad boy life all men want. Now I have these responsibilities, and my ex-wife, well, she's around, and I don't really care about her. I forgot. There's a boat. A boat that the kid and I have to fix up because it was left to him by his dad. So we bond, and we have a good time, and I get kind of sad because I never fully possess the fact that I am the reason for my kids dying, or sorry, process the fact. So we have a funeral for my brother, which is super duper sad, like the most sad you've ever peeped with your own eyeballs. Then after the scene, we get on the boat, just like we did in the beginning, and this kid and I are sat on the boat. And that's pretty much it. It's the greatest, saddest movie of ever time. Sorry.
Yes.
So Academy, I'm asking you to please give me an Oscar for my portrayal of a very sad man that has to deal with responsibility. I think it's pretty good. I am asking you to look past any shortcomings I have, like the multiple sex abuse lawsuits that I'm dealing with, and the fact that all of my character's problems were created by his own foolishness. I also want you to look past all the other actors up for this category, because while they may have given dynamic performances, were any of them as sad as me? I think you already know the answer. All you need to know is that the director told me to be sad, and I was, and that is the end. Of all the actors up for Best Actor, I was the saddest. Remember this when you vote. Please, 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 give me an Oscar.
That's amazing. Whoever wrote that, you're a genius. That's beautiful.
It was Casey Affleck.
Yeah.
That was a journey, and I liked it.
See, that was a great journey. But see, that reminds me, like, Leo deserved an Oscar for Inception. But in order to get the Oscar, he had to get mauled by a bear.
That's like a long time in history. There's a lot of examples where people deserve
get passed over and then
Oscars for other movies, and it's like the next thing they did, they get the Oscar.
It's like a makeup Oscar.
Right. And there's a lot of examples of it, and a lot of the time it comes down to there was just so many good movies in a year that like.
I don't feel like we have that problem right now.
No, I don't think anymore. But like during the time of like, I know during the 60s and 70s there was a lot of really great movies that were just piled up on each other.
Because there were a lot of great actors doing multiple movies a year,
right?
And so you were like, they were all stacked on.
Like there was a bunch. I remember looking in history. I forget exactly what they are, but like the year that The Godfather came out, the first one. There was like 3 other amazing movies that came out that just literally you can only have one. You know,
somebody's gonna get left out.
So you have to. So they went with the best one. Now, granted, I do think they chose the best one, but there are some phenomenal films that you're like you kind of forget about because they just didn't get the same accolades, and you're like, no, this is a great movie.
Well, I know there's been like histories of like especially in the 40s and 50s of like character actors who've been in like 3 movies that premiered that year. Yeah. And in all 3 movies, they could have been nominated for Best Supporting Actor, but they'll only get one of them, only get one nod, because it's against the, like you can't be multiple. You can't have one person who's nominated multiple times in one category.
Right.
Because that wouldn't make any sense.
Right. Yeah.
But it's like
unless you're Daniel Day-Lewis.
Well, yeah.
Mr. President.
He has a standing order for any time he's in a film to be nominated.
Yeah.
At least nominated.
He doesn't have to win.
Even Meryl Streep.
Yeah, but Streep's just been in so many things.
Yeah.
So the difference, Daniel Day-Lewis actually hasn't been in that many films.
No.
In comparison to most actors.
If Daniel Day-Lewis is in a film, it's almost 3 hours long.
Yeah, but that's because he has to make up for all the years of not making films between. He's like, look, I've been in a film in 3 years, so this movie's got to be really
I will say, like, the 3 movies I'm thinking of, he deserves all the accolades he can get. And that's what was that? There Will Be Blood, Gangs of New York, and Lincoln. Yeah. Because his depiction of Lincoln is, if I was teaching a history class, I would use that film just to show my students, like, so our vision of, like, characters from our past, like Lincoln, where we almost deify them. Right. You know, their faces are on a mountain.
Or money.
Right. Like, the way Daniel Day-Lewis plays him is like this flawed guy who has a temper, who is like a bully and kind of not above lying, like Honest Abe, whatever. He's willing to lie, cheat, and steal, and it's just I
still haven't seen it, actually.
Oh, actually, well,
I should watch it.
It's a great moment because you get to see his Emancipation Proclamation wasn't because he was an abolitionist. It was literally to take the wind out of the Southern sails by just saying, "Hey, this is now law." So now in order, it was like the South at the time was able to just be like, "You're infringing on our rights of our states." Well, he's just like, "Well, now the argument is slavery." Right. And so in order for you to maintain this war, you're going to have to straight up admit that it's slavery you're fighting for. Right. Which would, and he was smart. It would literally turn the world's eye on the Confederacy, and they'd look down on them. Right. And all of the potential support from France and maybe some from England, all of that would go away.
Yeah, I know he was really brilliant, and like Conan, he's really like into him. Like he's read like pretty much everything ever.
There's so many biographies.
Yeah, and he's like read them all, and he's like Lincoln was like. And he said in that movie, he said it was really good. He thinks they really captured like the real essence of Lincoln, and he also said that because I guess spoiler alert, I think at the end of the movie
Lincoln dies.
Well, yeah, and I think they
Look, I saw Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter. I know exactly what happened.
Well, he never died at the end of that one.
No.
He went off to go die.
He just rode away. But
dead.
I guess in this one they like show him die, or at least they show like post it or something like that.
The slow mo. There's the what'd
what'd you say?
And so
I don't think they show the murder itself,
but they did like a after, like they kept.
There might be a little afterward.
Conan said he was talking about it, and I've never even seen it, but like based on what he was saying, it sounded really good. And he was like, yeah. He goes, if they would have cut it, he goes, there's a line that he says right before he's about to go to the theater, and he says to his like cabinet of like,
it's his advisor.
Yeah, and he says to him, he says something along the lines of like, he goes, I wish I could stay with you. He's like, I have to go, but I wish I could stay. And then he just leaves. And Conan was like, that would have been a perfect point to end on if they just ended right there. Conan's like, I would have bawled my eyes out, because he's just like, it's just because what happens.
You know what happens, yeah.
So like if they
it's like
they
going to
really
the movie Titanic, and like you should know the ending,
right? And it's like no one's watching it to be surprised. It's like, no, we want to see the story. And
Titanic by M. Night Shyamalan. Oh crap!
Turns out it was aliens the whole time.
Twist boat is
that iceberg was actually an ice alien.
Yeah, I believe it.
Boat is sentient, wants to kill all the passengers.
Wow.
The boat wanted to die, and so the boat committed suicide.
It's all
suicidal boat.
That's why it's called Titanic. It's not called
called
people of Titanic.
No,
okay.
It's not called Jack and Rose.
Yeah,
Idiots.
Jack and Rose.
Dumbass.
I mean, wouldn't it be Rose?
These made up characters anyway.
She put her first. She's richer.
Been 80 years.
She's the higher social standing. You put her first, right?
Sure.
Who?
Rose. She's the
She's
the debutante. Jack's just the grifter.
Yeah. She definitely has higher social standing. That's why she had that big old heart of the ocean, and she just chucked it in the ocean like, what an idiot. You just kept that from everyone.
Money is no object. Nobody else is like, can you get that back?
They're like, that's a relic. Like, could you share that with the world? No. I'm going to throw it into the ocean to sink, to never be found.
No. She threw it in the ocean, and there's at least half a dozen divers like waiting for it.
Yeah. Wow.
They're like, oh, this chick's going to throw it. I'm going to go dive.
But that's how James Cameron is just a really selfish guy. He's like, no, I would do the same thing.
James Cameron is a water enthusiast.
Yeah, he's like...
There wasn't any water... Well, no, there wasn't any water in Alien. But in Alien 2, suddenly there's water everywhere.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true. Well, no, he also has like one of the records for like the deepest dive or something like that.
Yeah. He's in love with the ocean,
and he
and that's
did
not
a lot of those.
That's
dives.
not a criticism. I'm just saying.
No, that's like
his
one of the
thing.
things that inspired him to do Titanic, because he actually went down there and he inspected a bunch of the stuff himself.
He was in the sub that found like one of the split off parts.
Right.
It's specifically he went to find that. It was crazy.
Yeah. I mean, I'll give him credit there. I don't think.
But he likes to have water in his movies.
He likes to have this. Element.
He likes it wet.
Thing for water.
He loves water.
Mm-hmm. Nothing wrong with that.
No.
I think
water's good for you.
So I've heard.
It's hard to find it in space, though, so Aliens 2 is still a mystery.
Huh.
The aliens just have a special way of finding water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The xenomorphs really know how to find water. Their tails are like, what are those sticks?
Yeah, the
divining rods.
The divining rods. Their tails are divining rods.
Wow.
For water.
Yeah, that sounds.
The only reason we've never found water on the moon is because they're all hidden in little pockets.
True. Yeah.
And the pockets move every time we get close enough.
Hot pockets.
You hear that, Gabby? The
They're
moon
hot
has pockets. Why don't you?
Hot pockets. Yeah, my pockets suck. Every time I sit down, my phone comes out.
Tell us more about this conundrum, please, Gabby.
That's a great clip right there. Tell you what.
It's true. I put it in the front pocket part, and it'll like kind of stick out. So if I'm walking, it's like decent. And then you sit down, and she's like, nope. Oh.
So we're talking about your pants. I thought you were talking about maybe like a jacket pocket.
Yeah, it's the same thing. One of my jackets just
don't
doesn't even have pockets.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
It's a girl's clothes thing.
It really is.
They have fake pockets.
I've heard
Like
so
they
many.
wear They have purses. They don't need pockets.
I've heard,
Yeah, right?
The crazy.
You carry a
thing,
bag, Gabby. Why do you need a
It's
pocket?
very sad.
The crazy thing.
There it is. That's it.
I've heard so many.
For those of you who can't see, Gabby has pulled her pocket inside out. It's small.
No, but I've heard so many women complain about this.
Yeah,
it's just
it
crazy.
sucks.
But it's crazy to me that no one's ever.
They have but you have
They're
if
like
you're going
special.
to get those articles of clothing, it is designed generally by women
Correct.
for women, and it's like
Money.
costs money because it's like small companies, right?
Correct.
Because women always want more. That makes sense.
I just want pockets.
I just want pockets.
Wait, isn't that the definition of more? Like,
I want to hold more.
yeah,
You
I
know,
want more.
the wage gap will never go away until women have pockets the same size as men.
It's true. Well,
It's just
said,
in
Zach.
the pockets thing.
Yeah, because then they'll realize how annoying it is to carry their own shit.
What are you talking about?
Wait,
They have
what are you
purses.
talking about?
That's why I
they
have
carry.
them
They
now.
definitely carry
do you
guys
guys-
stuff
okay,
way
have
more.
you never-
okay,
have you never
shut
seen
up.
this?
You know why? Movie theaters. Guess who's getting all your food in there? It's me, bitch. Like,
Well, I mean, we could
Wow,
you could use a backpack, but I'm just saying, like,
We could use a backpack. They're
could.
not going to let it.
Yeah, they do.
Unabomber
yeah,
over
I've
here?
seen I've seen them let backpacks in.
Yeah.
Well, all I'm saying is
The
this:
amount of
you guys have
food
never
I've
seen
snuck
that.
into a movie theater. with my
I would
purse
feel
is
guilty
insane.
bringing a backpack into a movie theater.
You've never seen the meme where, like, you know, it's like women are handing you all their stuff to hold, and you're just like, what is happening here?
I've never done that.
I didn't say you've done it.
No, I'm just saying, like, why would you do?
They do that. It happens a lot.
I have.
I mean, I've been like, can
More
you hold
memories
my
that-
water bottle while I do something or whatever?
No,
but,
I mean, like, it's like they'll bring all this stuff, and then they're like, oh, can you hold this? And you're like,
Most of my memories
Why'd you bring it?
of that kind of thing are me asking her if she can put my phone or my wallet in her purse so I can go out and play.
Tim,
What?
I was with you for a second.
Well, like if I'm gonna play football, I'm not gonna leave my wallet on the ground.
Why are you bringing your?
Well, she's gonna play too. It's not about her sitting on the sidelines holding my stuff. It's like she has a purse. So if we put our stuff in her purse, then it's not just laying loose on the ground. And the reason you don't have your keys in your pocket when you're playing tackle football should be obvious to anyone who's played tackle football.
It's not. Please explain.
just
Okay, Zach, put your keys in your pocket and go slam yourself into the ground. See what happens.
Joy.
I think you're playing football wrong if you're slamming yourself into the ground.
Yeah.
Okay,
You ever
let
just
me
been
slam
so
you
good
into
at
the
football
ground. I
that I
don't.
just tackle myself.
You ever been so good?
I've tackled myself.
And you're just like,
I broke my own ankles.
Next time I fall, I'm just gonna be like, no, I tackled myself.
That's actually
I
something
didn't fall.
have.
I tackled
I
myself.
have done that. I have broken my own ankle
wow.
Why?
because I stepped in a hole.
Oh, you're like a horse.
Gotta put him down.
Horses do that all the time.
Yeah.
They step in the hole. They,
That's
Yeah,
right,
it's not
everybody.
worth fixing.
I
You're
was
lucky.
I was broken.
Yeah.
They could have shot me right there on the
You're
field.
lucky they didn't.
Yeah.
They didn't just drop you right there, turn you over to the glue factory, son.
Glue factory.
Yeah.
Can I?
You could have been my little Elmer's bottle.
One thing came up that makes me sad is there's this candle and the scent is called Dirty Grass, and I don't like that.
What is dirty grass?
I don't know.
It's grass, but it's
It smells
dirt.
like dirt too.
Would you
Ew.
like dirty grass? Hang on, I don't want to read that.
Wait, what? What is this? What am I being handed? Florgasm?
What does that even mean?
Floor like flour.
Pure plant-based perfume.
I think it's literally just it's so much flour that
It's a
they're
florgasm.
They're using orgasm as an expletive for the flowers.
Floral orgasm.
Oh,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it's like
Floor.
floor.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Not
FLO
four of
FLOR.
them. No.
Yeah.
No,
No,
having
not
I was
four
thinking
of.
FLOOR.
Not like
No,
floor
just one L.
gang.
Right.
Yeah, not an orgasm on the floor, nor is it 4 of them. It is floor as in flora.
That's interesting.
You want that or dirty grass?
I'll take the florgasm. Thank you.
I take dirty grass. Grass is a good smell.
I feel like
You know,
dirty
apparently grass
isn't
you know that
isn't dirty
smell?
isn't dirty grass just what you have while you're having a florgasm?
No, Tim.
What?
That was dirty.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. I know. Look, so more interestingly, in all reality, supposedly
Less
the
innuendo.
scent, the scent that you give off from like fresh cut grass is supposedly like a defense mechanism, or like in stress. It's the plant like in stress, and so it gives off this aroma.
Well, yeah, you cut it, and so its blood is leaking out of its body.
Kind of.
Yeah.
More like it's chlorophyll, but yeah. So,
Yeah. Plant blood.
but it's not
Zach
like
Zach was right. It's still blood. It's just a different type of blood.
no, it's chloroplast.
It's plant blood.
It's plant blood.
All right, I'll concede there, I guess, because you're clearly not giving this up. But okay, but they give off that scent, and then it's like, but
Yeah.
what does
How
that?
twisted are we that we enjoy that smell?
What? No, what's weirder? No, here's the thing, because we wouldn't know that, so like it's not twisted. But here's what's even
We
dumber.
do know that.
Well, now that we know that, I still enjoy it.
No,
so
but
I'm
here's what's
twisted now.
dumber. What is that gonna do? Because it's supposed to send like a message or something to like plants around it or something weird like that. And it's like, is all of a sudden this gonna become another M. Night
know
Shyamalan
if it's
film?
like-
I don't know that it's
like
a
The
message
Happening?
to other plants.
That's what I've heard.
It's like
Did you hear that from M. Night Shyamalan?
I heard it from a.
It's
That's
screaming.
me when I get overwhelmed in social situations,
You just give off a scent of grass.
and everybody's like, and they all leave.
Why would they leave? They'd be like, "Ooh, you smell like dirty grass. This is pleasant."
No, all the fellow introverts that don't want to, they're like, oh, that's the panic smell.
That's the smell.
That's the panic
Is that why
smell.
introverts never like to go
you give off
outside and
aromas?
cut the grass?
Sure, I don't know.
They're like, I know that scent. It's pain.
It's pain.
I'll tell you what. Yeah, the only reason.
Panic.
Yeah, I think Zach can commiserate with me on this one because the last couple of days have been rough. But like that
I'm
scent is as pleasant as it is. That's how I discovered that I had allergies. Was
Same.
from cutting the grass
Yep.
Oh yeah.
when I was 16. I never had them up till then, and all of a sudden I was getting like itchy eyes and stuff. And Mom's like, "We
I'm
get
all-
checked
I'm
out."
all good.
Mowing
I
the
love
grass
that
is
smell.
not ideal.
I'm allergic to
allergy.
outside.
I mean,
Gabby,
yeah,
you're
me
allergic
too.
to everything.
Yeah, that's true.
How are you
I have
alive?
to wear a medical ID bracelet.
Yeah.
That says I'm allergic to all things.
It says
She's
don't
allergic
give me
to
these drugs
herself.
or I will die.
Correct.
And they're like, "Oh, load her up, Jim.
Thank.
Release me from this mortal shell, that I may no longer have these afflictions."
Well, it's-
yeah,
Gabby's. The problem isn't with Gabby. The problem is with the world.
I never
the
said there was
world-
a problem with Gabby.
Look, if the world didn't have medicine, didn't eat gluten, dairy didn't exist, and allergies weren't a thing because nobody went outside, I'd be fine.
See,
So
The
we just
world
have
should
to
just
kill
change.
all mammals.
not all of them.
I'm gonna
And
live like a
doctors.
mole.
Not
in
all,
the
not all of them.
underground.
Some of them are.
I'm gonna live like a mole under
some-
No, I'm allergic to cats.
No, moles are mammals.
Some dogs are hypoallergenic. So
I ever hear
No,
this
no,
guinea
no.
pig.
She
She's
said she's lactose intolerant, so we have to kill any mammal because they
she's
all
not
produce
gonna
milk.
drink dog milk. That's just
Okay,
gross.
we have to kill every animal that produces milk that most people drink. So goats,
almonds aren't safe.
cows,
Yeah.
almonds,
aren't safe.
Cashews.
rice,
Except
cashews, soy. All soy.
except for the fact that aren't soy and almond milk lactose free? Isn't that the whole point?
But are they?
They make
Yeah,
milk.
they are.
I think they're just
If
trying
we're
to
doing
test
things
you.
that create milk,
I think they're
then
tricking you,
listen.
dude. You can't call it milk if there's not lactose in it, okay? Everyone knows that. That's a
okay.
legal
Yeah, if
term.
there's no lactation,
Yeah.
then
if
there's no
nothing
milk.
is to lactate. Have you ever seen that?
That's true. Then why?
Have you ever seen that
wait.
disgusting meme
So,
drawing of the almond that's
Oh,
like
yeah.
standing with udders? And it's just like, okay. And it's like, I'm ready to be milked.
Well, there's that
It's
one.
like,
There's that
"Oh."
one video. Have you seen that one video of the guy who's an almond farmer, right?
Oh,
and he said,
no.
and he talks about how he just milks the almonds.
Yes.
I don't know, 'cause
That
it
is a
showed me.
funny
He's
video.
like, we
Whoever.
gotta take care of the almonds.
Yeah.
Oh, these ones are ready.
Yeah. And he's like holding him really
You
close,
grab
like
it,
listening to
and
him.
then he's like,
Yeah.
I don't like this
It's
voice
full.
you're doing.
Yeah.
and
He's
he
like,
grabs it, and then he like squeezes it real slow, and you see like 3 drips, and
Just a
he's
couple
like,
drips, yeah.
it takes 475 almonds to make 1 glass. Please
Yeah.
support your local almond
Yeah.
farmers.
whoever made that, hilarious. They are freaking. They know comedy
yeah,
right
I
there.
don't know, man. It's not really milk. It's just, it's nut water.
Oh yeah, no, it's not juice.
Okay, no one would drink it if it was called nut water.
No,
People
it's not
drink
nut
coconut
water.
water.
It's not juice.
Nut
That's
juice.
true.
Coconut
but
water's a thing.
But see, people like the word cocoa,
Coconut's water's a
and if you
thing.
add it to nut,
And
it's
people are
just an
like,
extra
"Oh, I'm being
syllable.
so healthy,"
coconut.
and I'm like,
people
Yeah,
like
coconut-
people like the sound of coconut.
Coconut water is actually coconut water, but the problem is like
Yeah.
almond milk is just almond
Almond?
juice.
almond milk.
Soy milk is
Almond
just soy
milk.
juice.
Soy juice,
You know,
cashew juice.
cashew juice, because juice is something that's like you've
Squeezed.
you squeezed it,
Right.
and then it has a liquid, right?
Yeah.
We're calling you out, almond milk.
It's not like it,
Calling you
know,
out.
Yeah.
So
nut
coconut,
juice.
you know,
I think they just label it as milk because then people know they can put it in cereal. I think that's
mean-
really.
You're
Yeah,
allowed
and
to put this in
coffee.
your coffee?
Yeah, like I can
You're
put
allowed-
I put juice in my coffee.
You're allowed to
freak.
put. That's funny. Yeah.
Yeah,
This-
if you told people
You're
put
not allowed to
juice
put this in your coffee. What?
Oh, this coffee's great. Would you put in it juice? Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
no.
Oh, all right.
Little OJ with
No,
your
but they
coffee.
liked it, so they'd have to rethink their whole life. They're just like, wait, I liked it.
I like putting grape juice in my coffee.
Ooh.
Dude, you know what's really,
stuff.
you know how you know you're poor? When I was
Grape
a kid,
flavored coffee.
when I was a kid, and it's not really has anything to do with being poor. It's more like my parents were just lazy. But
Wow.
when you run out of milk and you wake up in the morning, you're gonna have some juice, or you're gonna have some cereal. There's no milk, and so your mom puts like apple juice on it, and you're
Yeah.
like, oh, all right, I just
That-
gotta eat it this way, and you're just like,
Yep.
what is happening?
No, I don't know that one.
I know that one.
That's
I
happened
got you.
before, but it's not like
Like
my
you-
mom did it for me.
Yeah, if we
It's
No,
more like
she,
it was
like-
more like a curiosity.
No,
thing,
she
you know?
like came up with the idea. She's
I mean,
like,
I was
"Here,
a
you just put
child, but
juice."
still.
see
And I was like, okay, and so I did it, and I was just like,
as a
this is
child,
weird.
that never happened. As a early 20s college student,
Oh, so it was from poor.
when we were
It
poor,
was actually
From
just
actual-
poor.
we didn't have juice. We just used water.
Oh well, that's better than juice,
Oh.
probably.
No.
It wasn't
Cereal?
No, no.
There's nothing quite like
You don't realize how much
Like-
sugar is in milk, and the sugar with the cereal is like a little bit of like an activation.
yeah no.
Water.
And I will say cinnamon toast crunch with water is not good.
Okay, yeah, but it's cinnamon toast crunch. You can just eat it plain, and it's great.
If you
Yeah.
put goldfish crackers
You don't
in
need a
thing of
liquid.
milk, is this cereal now?
Yes,
Cool.
it's
You're
just
so happy about.
it's just
that.
cheese
I think
cereal.
that's no. It's like soup.
Snack. That's fine.
It's like a. It's
Snack.
like a-
Okay, well now we have to define what's
It's
the
like
difference
a-
between a soup and a cereal.
It's like a disgusting gazpacho.
Guys, is a Pop-Tart a
cereal,
calzone?
cereal technically
Is a what?
refers to grain.
Is a Pop Tart a calzone?
So if it's
yes.
yeah, it is.
Cool.
Wait. Oh
no, it's not.
no. A calzone.
Calzone's a pizza folded up.
Oh, but a calzone couldn't be a pastry
Okay.
because it's not sweet.
Have you guys
Although
ever
you
heard
can have,
of?
It's a
you can
savory.
have savory pastries.
Have you guys ever
There
heard
are
of?
savory pastries. It's not a pastry though because it's pizza crust.
Pop Tart's a pastry.
Right. Oh, so that's why
Bad
pizza is a
one, but-
pie.
Yeah.
So you know what it is? It's just a folded pie.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sending you all a link.
Oh wow.
So you know what it is? It's a half pie because pies are actual pies because they're covered all the way over. Calzone.
All of them?
Oh, that's true.
I'm
Actually,
sending
you're
you.
right.
I'm sending you a link. Okay.
No top.
Right.
Because
you know,
we're
you're
having this
right,
discussion,
you're
I'm
right.
sending you a link.
No, pumpkin pie
If you've
does
never
have a
seen
top.
it, this is
No, it
the
doesn't.
Yes, it
Cuberule.
does.
This is Cuberule.com.
doesn't.
There's no crust on top.
On a pump.
On a
Oh,
pumpkin
wait.
pie.
Oh, okay.
The orange ones.
I don't know
The
why.
orange one.
No, I think I even said pumpkin. For some reason, I had apple stuck in my head.
Oh
'cause I
yeah,
was
no,
talking
they
about
do
apple
the.
juice.
Sometimes they're like kind of open, but they have the grades on top.
They have like a hole in the center for some reason.
Or no, when they do the.
I have sent you.
I've
I've sent you a
Oh, the
website.
hash-
seen this
Yeah.
one.
It's called
You know what? That's
cuberoll.com.
the same one that
All right.
Snow White makes.
This is
remember
the
that?
definitive.
well.
This is the definitive
The pie did.
definition of different items in the form of where your
Wait, cube.
bread or carbs is in relation to the
You know what's funny?
subject matter.
There is an actual cube
All of
roll,
my happiness.
but it
just
has
got
to do with
taken
physics.
away
It doesn't
now
have
for
anything to
scraps.
do.
Yeah, but this is, you can just scroll down to when we start defining the ones. You don't have to read
Cube
the whole
rule
topic.
of food. Calzone is a 6 cube. Yeah, so it's a full cube.
Yeah, the
first.
calzone is a full cube, but like you have your toast, right? Where your
Toast and pizza they put in the same.
pizza is a
Pop
toast.
Tart is calzone.
because
It is there.
Pumpkin pie is a toast.
It is at the very
Yes.
New
bottom.
York said that hot
No, no,
dogs
no.
were a
Very,
Yeah.
very
sandwich.
bottom. Pop Tart is there.
Oh, I disagree with.
What is it? A calzone?
Yeah. Also, Uncrustables in.
No,
parentheses,
we've
and
defined based on this. It's defined that hot dog is actually a taco
Yep.
because it
And
is
sub
surrounded on
sandwiches are
3
tacos.
sides.
Oh, he said it was a type of ravioli.
Dude, pigs in a blanket. Oh, so good.
Oh yeah,
That's two things I'm
So
not supposed
good.
to eat.
Ravioli are kind
pigs
of
and blankets.
Yeah, all
All
that
together.
all that
Pigs.
gluten in blankets.
Yes.
pigs and blankets.
But yeah, pigs in a blanket are a sushi.
Fry it.
Hardline. Oh,
So
wow.
soup is quiche? That's really weird.
Well,
What?
in a bread bowl specifically,
Oh, okay.
right?
Oh, God.
Just because, like, I mean,
Dumplings
soup.
are also
Soup is just
calzone.
soup. And
Whatever you put it in.
Whatever you put it, like, but
In a bread
if
bowl.
it's in a bread bowl because it's surrounded, you know,
Yeah. Cheesecake is quiche. I will agree with that.
yeah.
When the moon hits your eye like a big pizza.
Deep dish pizza.
Also quiche.
funny.
Amore.
That's
It's funny. One of the
milk pie.
former
Your burrito is a calzone. Corn
One of the
dog
former,
is a calzone. Pie calzone.
youth group students at church.
Soup in parentheses,
Her-
a wet
Her
salad.
boyfriend is from Chicago, and I met him, and I was like, "So, what do you think of our pizza here?" And he's like, "It's disgraceful."
It's disgraceful.
Oh yeah, yeah. You can go down to
Get
the
outta
additional
here,
the
you
additional
wet
cube rulings.
Easterner.
These are the add-on ones. Cake,
You East
right? I love
Coast.
how they have a specific one for
No,
the
Chicago.
for the
Chicago
Big
City.
Mac.
Oh, Chicago.
Yeah,
The Bears.
the Bears.
Chicago.
The Bears. A
We
corn
got
dog
the
is a
deep
calzone.
dish.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll bite.
If you keep scrolling down, you can see the additional cube rulings. These are the ones that are like kind of up in the air.
The Big Mac.
The Big Mac is a
cake.
cake because there's another
Dude,
patty
lasa-
in the middle.
okay.
Okay.
lasagna.
middle.
Lasagna as cake. When I was at the coast, this was some.
is very
This was a
interesting.
many. Well, not many, but some years ago, at the coast, fresh crab, white sauce lasagna was cake. It was so rich, it was like eating cake.
All
But
right.
it wasn't sweet.
Oh no, it was it would be a savory cake.
Gross.
It was really good.
Okay, so this is how
Salad
the cube,
just has no cubes.
so the cube
Salad is nothing,
rule-
which means soup is a salad.
So I'm gonna explain this for people.
Spaghetti is
because
salad.
they can't.
Mashed potato. Steak is salad. Everyone.
Yes, because there's no.
By this rule, I will have salad for the rest of my life.
So yeah, so based on this cube roll of food, if it has
Muffins.
one, flat dimension, meaning like, imagine a cube, right? An imaginary cube. A slice of toast would be on, only one side of the cube at the bottom, right?
Right.
So that would be toast on that side. Now,
Right.
if you have two dimensions, that'd be
Sandwich.
a sandwich because you'd have two planes, right?
Right.
And they're covered
Specifically,
whatever you have
usually
in
with
between
something-
those two
yeah, in between.
planes, It incorporates a sandwich.
Right.
The third is a taco, which is three planes, as you might imagine, two on the side, one on the bottom. Sushi would be a four plane, so you'd have, one on each side, basically creating a square. Or
Be more like a cylinder.
yeah, cylinder. Yeah, thank you. But a square cylinder, right? So it's hollowed through the center. Then the fifth,
Well, no, the stuff is in the center.
right. Well, I mean, it's hollow, so you can put anything
yeah.
in it.
Yes.
Then the fifth is like a soup or a salad with like something like a bread bowl. So you have five planes
You have
covered.
you have a holder.
So the only one at the top
One
would
open
be
side.
open, basically like a flower, if you might imagine that, right?
Sure.
So it's kind of open at the top. And then the sixth would be covered on all sides, and that would be labeled as a calzone because it is covered on all sides.
What
This
does
is
the
very,
word calzone mean?
This is very interesting.
I don't know. It's Italian.
I thought it just meant anything that was made in California. You know,
No.
that was Italian.
Oh, yeah,
so it's the
calzone.
calzone. You
Yeah.
know, it makes sense
Wow.
to me. I'm just saying. You know, this is very interesting. I have never seen someone go into so
it
much
is a
detail
type
about
of pizza
something
that is folded in half before
that
cooking.
mattered
Well,
so
what does
little.
the word
Like,
mean?
But this
They
website,
care.
It
I
means
learned
a
about
type of pizza.
I learned about this website
Boo.
a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Okay,
And I've
here's
just like
here's the
had it
answer,
there.
Gabby.
Every time
means
somebody
trouser
this
length.
conversation pops up, I'm
Yeah.
like, check the website. We'll see where it gets assigned.
Check
There's
the
no
website.
argument. Okay, this is definitive.
This is apparently the Bible.
This
of
is the Bible of
food,
food definitions.
Yeah,
And
like
by this
planes.
definition, vanilla soy latte is
Oh
a
my
3-bean
gosh.
wet salad.
Yes.
That sounds so gross.
hmm And
A
rice,
wet bean salad. That's
rice.
just-
You are free to interpret the nature of rice however you wish. I like that. That's very good.
Oh, dude, I heard the funniest joke one time.
Muffins.
Oh no, Tim, you actually played it for me.
What?
I think it was Mitch Hedberg joke, and he goes, you know what? I love rice. It's like, you
Yeah.
know, he goes, whenever I'm so hungry for something that I'm like, man, I'd like 2,000 of that thing. I'm like, that is genius, dude. I've never ever thought about that because you're eating so many little
Same
rice
things.
Yeah, they're all rice.
Hopefully.
Well, hopefully they're not eating one rice.
Well,
I
no.
mean,
Hopefully they're all the same.
I would like one.
Yeah, I
rice.
wouldn't want a mixture of rices. They're not,
I mean, unless you do like Spanish rice. Spanish rice is usually like
but it's all
Right.
a
Spanish
mixture. Of,
rice.
I know, but it's still a mixture of different types of rice.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah,
I
but
don't-
normally you'd want rice to be uniform.
yeah,
Yeah.
like for instance, if I'm going to someplace Asian,
Right.
right, I'm either gonna want fried rice, which is still white rice, but it's fried and added with other ingredients, or it's just purely steamed white rice.
Right. Usually jasmine.
like a jasmine, yeah.
Yeah.
And that's, uniform.
Right.
What was he?
I want a pillow.
Here.
Oh, your pillow. Oh, yeah. Nice.
Uh-huh.
Gabby's uncomfortable. Sitting on the floor gets a little uncomfortable. That's true.
I
I
mean,
just hug him.
she's just using it to hug. Yeah, she's not.
Still, it makes her
There
more
you go.
comfortable.
It's true.
My statement is not invalid.
No, it's a very
I
valid
can't.
statement.
I couldn't sit on the floor for more than probably, I don't know, 5-10 minutes. Like,
I can live here.
yeah, I can't. I don't know, but maybe that just speaks more to my
I think it depends on the floor for me.
inability to like stretch and stuff. Oh, by the way, my bruise looks.
I saw. Oh, that. Oh.
Oh, it looks wretched today.
Oh, yeah?
Nice.
As bruises heal, they actually look worse for like the first couple days.
I congratulated him for giving it to you.
Thanks.
Cohen?
What a dick. Anyway,
He
yeah.
he didn't know how to take it. It was funny.
Of course
Yeah.
he doesn't.
He was like,
Do you want
I
to tell
didn't-
the story?
I didn't mean to.
Yeah. So Cohen and I, Cohen's a guy who he's a buddy of ours. Anyway, the point is we were doing kickboxing at my house as we do last Thursday, and we did a little bit of sprawling or sparring.
Sprawling.
We did a little bit of sprawling,
Sprawling.
afterward. That's true.
Where you
Yeah,
lay
that's-
down and just
We
stretch
sparred,
as
energy
far as you
and
point.
it was just he and I, and then Zach, was like basically just like teaching, right? Because he went down, and he did his like hard.
Zach was
workout.
supervising.
Yeah, so Zach was like just like watching and
I was slightly
Zach actually
injured.
knows what he's doing.
and
Slightly injured.
yeah,
so.
he was injured too. So he watched us and he was like, yeah, so let's spar, and it was like great, and we were both into it, and so we did it, and it was a great learning experience. But and like my leg got kind of bruised up, but overall it's pretty good. There was one hit I had on the top of my foot, but like it's healing, and I think I'll be okay. But
He might die.
the crazy thing was, so my leg was definitely hurt the night of, and I was like icing it, and everything was healing. It was fine. But the next morning, I didn't even take notice of this, but on my stomach, like on the very lower part, down by like by your
That's where
belly
like your
button.
liver is.
What?
It's like over your liver or something.
Yeah, I got kicked in the liver, which everyone knows I can't afford. So I
Thing's already weak.
Yeah.
It's barely hanging on.
So I'm drinking my
There's plenty of holes in it already.
My 115 proof, whiskey right now. For emphasis. And so anyway,
Nice.
I looked in the mirror in the morning and I was like, what happened? And it's just this super dark purple. And like even after showing it to Zach, I was like, I don't know what caused this. And even he was like, yeah, I don't know. It definitely wasn't a punch because a punch can't. The whole point of wearing gloves is it
had
disperses.
Had to be a kick.
Right. Because a punch, if you don't understand, the whole point is it's a broader surface, and so it disperses, the point of impact, right? As soon as I'm telling you this, you're probably like, oh, yeah, duh. Well, yeah, that's what it does.
Duh.
Anyway, the point is, when you kick, we're not wearing any, protective gear on our feet, right? And so you're just barefooted. And so what I think happened, my educated guess, is that he kicked straight out, did a forward kick, and he must have hit me with either his toe or his heel, but I'm really thinking it was a toe because it's just so small, and it was so like it was
like
such a small area. Yeah,
It's like a paintball.
yeah, exactly, Gabby. And so like yeah, and that's true too, Tim. It's like this small pointed thing that hits in this small area, and so it's going to leave a huge impact, and that's what leaves bruises. And so it wasn't particularly hurt, like it didn't really hurt very bad, and it definitely was on the surface, which is why it was so purple, like so much blood came just straight to the surface. So it wasn't like a deep tissue thing. There's no like serious injury, but whatever, he must have kicked me pretty hard, and I guess I just didn't even notice it. So I was like, wow. And it really hasn't hurt. It only hurts like if I poke it. Like it doesn't hurt at all.
It's not like sore.
Yeah, so I'm like, I don't know. But anyway, basically because of my weakness now, Zach is gonna have to extra train us on how to breathe and do ab workouts.
In the near future, we're gonna incorporate some. Let's just say I'm making some changes to our classes.
Yeah.
To hopefully help condition.
Yeah, and so we're gonna learn some more. I'm gonna get better educated. A fun thing that happened, which I've never thought I could say in my life, but my contact literally got punched out of my head, and I punched me in the face, and I have these crappy contacts. I've had them for since my last appointment, which was a year ago. I actually need to go get new ones, but he gave me these really cheap ones, and I'm pretty sure it was because they were like not getting shipments from China at the time because it was like the beginning of COVID and stuff. And I'm pretty sure that's why my doctor like recommended these to me. And I was like, okay, because the other kind I've had for like years, like a really long time, and I had no problems with them. And so I got these new ones, and they're just flimsier. They're cheaper, but they're flimsier. They're just like, I have so much more problems like getting them in for them lasting like a full month. Like I just have so many issues with them. And anyone who knows about contacts, you will understand that pain, and it's really annoying. And so when I got hit in the face, which was not hard. It was totally fine. I was hit. I wasn't even rung. It was just like I was hit. But all of a sudden I was like, oh, my contact fell out, and I had to quickly like grab it, and then I have to go put it in, and it was super annoying. So yeah. Anyway, what are you guys giggling about, huh?
It's Gabby's fault.
Gabby's sending him stuff on Instagram.
What do you? Yeah, you can't have side conversations here. You have to share with the class. It's the same rule of gum, when you're in elementary school.
All right.
Did you bring enough to share with the class? Don't make me be the teacher. I don't want to be.
You brought gushers. You better have brought enough for the class.
Yeah.
All right. All it says is night sluts.
Night sluts?
Wait.
And then somebody else comments, they're called vampires. It's just, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean,
wow.
I mean, not
2 lines.
Not wrong.
Poetry.
2-line
Yeah,
poetry.
they're pretty much always portrayed as that, I guess. Huh. That's freaky.
That's not the most untrue thing
Yeah.
I've ever heard.
That's interesting.
Abraham
something.
Lincoln, vampire.
You mean, yeah.
Dealt with a lot of night sluts, I guess.
You know?
That's interesting.
Wow, that makes Abraham Lincoln have something in common with Jack the Ripper.
I knew it.
Wow. I think Jack the Ripper was a vampire.
I mean,
The true night slut.
The truest night slut.
I mean, maybe. Who knows?
Couldn't ask him.
Wow. Well,
People thought he was a doctor.
that was a reasonable guess. Doctors did a lot of weird stuff to experiment on dead bodies back then.
Yeah.
They would literally go and steal bodies from graves and pay the grave robbers to steal them so they could do experiments on them.
Yeah, well, because they could do it on other people, so.
Yeah.
I mean, you could, but then
That'd be frowned upon.
There'd be real issues because you'd have to like kill them.
Yeah.
So
Hence Jack's problem.
that's Jack's problem. No, here's his real problem. He left the bodies, so he definitely wasn't experimenting on them.
No,
Unless he was experimenting on ways to kill.
He got what he
Hey,
wanted.
Also-
he was experimenting. He's just not a good scientist.
You know what's crazy? Wow, that's funny. You know what's crazy is he didn't kill like that many people, but he's like become
was-
such a prolific character.
Well, it
'Cause
was
it's
It
fun
wasn't
to
even
say.
double digits, right?
It's fun
it
to
was
say.
6.
Yeah,
It was 6 prostitutes.
that's like nothing.
Yeah, but it's the spectacle and the fact that he taunted police.
Oh, did he really?
Yeah,
So he was like,
he wrote a letter to them.
dude, you know what I just figured out?
Hmm.
Dude, Jack the Ripper is.
Yes.
You're giving me such a skeptic look. Like no matter what I say, Tim is not gonna buy it. Like no matter what I say.
I'm waiting.
This is actually a pretty great theory. The Jack the Ripper is the Zodiac killer. Look at their MOs, dude.
The Zodiac killed like young people in the park.
Who he deemed as sluts. Most of the time they were like making out, right? They were on like
he
dates
killed the
and
boys
stuff.
too.
He's upped his game. He became less sexist.
Yeah.
The Zodiac killer
yeah.
was more woke.
Was
than
Jack the
Yeah.
Ripper, was Jack the Ripper ever caught?
See?
No.
He was never caught. He taunted the police.
He never
He
died.
wrote letters. He didn't write
Zodiac.
ciphers, so I
I'm
guess
telling you,
He upped his game,
up
yeah.
the
he
game.
found
He upped
he
the
found
game.
the cure for death, and just keeps on killing.
Yeah.
He found the cure
That's what it is.
to death from
Murder.
from murdering 6 prostitutes.
Yeah, no. He had to do that in
bound
order
to
to
learn
discover the
something.
secret.
Yeah. That was
learned something.
that was part of his discovery. Because see, that's the thing is
He was a scientist.
Yeah.
Yeah, not a great one, but
No.
Yeah.
He was a scientist. He achieved his goal,
Yeah.
everlasting life,
Yeah.
or at least extended life, not necessarily everlasting.
Yeah, we'll
but, like,
say extended.
extended life by killing, prostitutes.
Yeah.
Not Protestants, prostitutes.
I was like,
Kill
what?
Protestants.
Prostitutes.
Not to get those two confused.
Oh my gosh.
What do you practice? I'm a prostitute.
What does that mean?
I
Oh, I'm a
prostitutize.
Protestant prostitute.
Oh my
I
gosh.
prostitutize.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh, the world we live in, people.
This
Yeah?
is the world we
I ghost
live
wrote
in.
this poem. I told him, let's get this bread, but he was gluten free.
Wow. So you're broke, is what you're telling us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
you right.
Oh, okay.
That's why we need this podcast to take off so Dallas can pay us.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
true.
That's true.
That's true.
Everybody out there, yeah.
Yeah. I definitely need more money, guys. Please help me with that.
No, Dallas doesn't need any more money. We need money.
True.
We've started a GoFundMe for
For broke
for the
people.
3 other guests on this
For
podcast.
people who have to use water as milk. Because that is a poor existence.
Not by choice.
We're gonna start,
Right, not out of choice.
We're gonna start a GoFundMe for Dallas's pop collection.
Well, anyway, hey. Did you see the 2 new additions?
The ones you showed us?
No, I have not shown you.
2 more came in.
Yeah,
I
so
think
I
you had
have,
them. I didn't see 'em.
Jet, and I can't see the other one.
I have Jet and I have Ed
Nice.
now, and
Oh, nice.
I have 2 more on the way.
So is one of them
I'll have all of them.
Okay.
Yeah. And the one I had already, which was Spike, he is the most expensive for obvious
reason. Yeah.
The second most expensive, which for some reason caught me by surprise at the beginning, is Faye. I don't know why that caught me by surprise. Now that I think about it,
surprise.
Yeah, I mean it should be obvious, but no, it kind of caught me by surprise. And then I thought that Ed would be a little cheaper than Jet, and turns out they're kind of neck and neck, but Ed usually goes for a little bit more than Jet does. So that's just kind of interesting. I don't know why. Maybe it's because she's such a quirky whatever character. I don't know. And after discovering,
they're foils of each other, so
yeah, they're definitely like opposites. Yeah, that's true. And then I didn't even realize that they came out with Ein, but Ein was only released as this very special like own thing, and he even has Ein has what is it called?
How do you even do Ein?
Oh, you'll see. It's actually they did it really good. But he has I don't know what it's called, but he has fur basically.
Oh,
so he's got like a texture. They call it something. I forget what it's called.
Plushy.
It's like a felt, I'm assuming.
Yeah, it's like felt. I think it's called felted. That might be what it is.
Go.
Yeah, but it's super fine. Like
right.
It doesn't look furry, right? But if you were to touch it, which no one ever will, because what would
they're
be the
trapped
point?
in a prison that
they're
Dallas
not.
keeps
Okay, they're not meant
under
to
a
be.
soft
Dallas-
blue light.
Dallas
He's
has
a terrible person.
Yeah. Dallas is collecting pop figures, but he never opens the box.
Yeah.
He just puts the box in a sleeve. And then they
Hey,
sit
this
on a
is
shelf.
relatable.
No, it is.
They come in their own display case.
Yeah,
so,
no, for a collector's item,
yeah,
this is very normal.
yeah. But some people,
Me on the other.
yeah, some people might.
Now, if you look
Attribute
at my
me-
collection of heads in bags,
Wow.
No,
Are
it's
they-
like
Are they at least shrunken?
no.
Oh, well, see, that's
he's
not
he's
good.
setting
That's
it up
messy.
for the future because in
not
20
messy, you
years some of
drain
these
them
will
first.
probably be worth legit money.
Well,
you know.
one of them is worth $200 to $300, depending on where you sell it.
There you go.
Or who you sell it to.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I mean that's the whole point
But-
with collectors.
And I've seen some people who just sell the original 4 for upwards of $600.
There you
Oh,
go.
as
a set.
As a set.
And
Sure.
I definitely have not spent that much, close to that much, on even all 4 of these. And I got Spike way at the beginning for $10, and I should have bought all 4 way back. Looking back, because I had all 4.
Right.
But I thought I'll just get Spike, and then I didn't realize that they were such a limited run.
Well, I'm sure like in the future there will be something that you can like actually grade as far as.
I think you can get them graded now.
You probably can get them graded. I
think
just
you
don't
need
know
the
if
whole
they're.
PSA thing.
I just don't know if they're at a point where grading really matters yet.
No, I don't think so. And these are all like some people sell damaged box ones. Like
Right.
I don't even waste my time with that shit. I'm like, no, give me ones that are like new,
Right.
and then I put them in their
Man.
own.
Don't come
box
around
on
here with
top
your
of
bent
that.
corners and cracks.
Well, it's like
Well,
so.
no, yeah,
I mean,
seriously, I mean,
a
it's
big,
actually, I shouldn't make fun of you. That's how I am with books.
something that's
Everyone's like that with
No, yeah.
something.
Yeah.
I mean,
something that's kind of exploded recently is everybody's back into like collecting Pokemon cards is a big one.
Are they really?
Yeah.
Oh,
The
man.
Pokemon and card
dude.
collecting
I'm
community
sorry I
has
sold all
exploded.
mine years ago.
The
Yeah.
other thing that people are collecting now is, I mean, not now, but like have been for a while, but it's getting more limelight is old N64 boxes.
Yeah.
Like cartridge boxes. Like
Right.
you'll take those boxes and like sleeve them and they'll get them graded. Just the boxes because like the box art, like the game's not included. It's literally just the box.
Oh, yes,
Right.
But
yes, the
because-
box art. Yeah.
Yeah, because that's back when you would have really cool box art and stuff. And it's literally just like a collector's item.
Yeah. I mean, you can collect anything if you,
you can.
want to.
You can't.
Well, I was gonna
it just
say-
depends on like if the brand is big enough and the item is rare enough.
Right.
Now there's money behind it.
Right.
Yeah, I saw it on eBay. Someone had their original Xbox. Well, it's only on Xbox, but their original copy of Halo Combat Evolved unopened.
Oh, there you go.
Wow.
And they're selling it for like it's like a couple thousand or something.
Oh,
like that.
right.
I'd be surprised if that game ever got opened.
Well, at this point, why
Well,
would
no,
you?
wouldn't.
Yeah.
It will not.
It will never be opened at this point.
Unless somebody buys it to open it for the experience of opening it. But like it's not like there's something like unique inside. It would just be somebody buys it to basically depreciate the value.
What kind of
I guess people
Rich
do
people.
that.
Rich
yeah.
people.
rich people? Yeah, rich people.
Rich people do. People who aren't actually collectors, but they're like, oh yeah, I remember that game. Let me just spend a couple $1,000s and
Right.
buy it, and then open it and put it in my
Yeah,
thing.
let me
Right, and then
spend
they
my,
record it, and then
spend
they
my-
get money off.
Right,
of,
they upload it to
yeah,
YouTube or
that's
whatever.
my
Right.
breakfast money on this.
Right.
That's funny.
It's not as like, because like I said, Pokemon has kind of exploded recently in collecting, right? So, kind of one of the things that kicked it off, unfortunately, is Logan Paul, because he went and did a big live streaming video
Logan Paul
where he
ruins
bought
everything.
an original base set of the original Pokemon cards for a couple $100,000 and opened it and sold packs before opening them. Like he did like a live stream where he sold packs.
Wow.
And whatever was in it, you got basically, right? And if you got a Charizard, now you made your money back. But if you got I think it was basically if you got a Charizard or a Bulbasaur,
Right.
you'd make your money back.
Sure.
Anything else, you wouldn't, obviously.
Right.
But it's gambling, and so that whole thing is like people will buy and like trade and sell just like unopened like
Packs,
boxes.
just
no,
for the
not
cha-
packs,
a
not
box.
paxes, like boxes of 36
Right.
packs, right?
Wow.
Yeah, 'cause
And
all the
that's where the
packs,
value
yeah.
is
Yeah.
because
Well, because
they
you're
have it to
likely
a
to
science
have, yeah.
where individual packs you can weigh them and you can know if there's a hollow in it or not.
The older ones, you
Right.
can
That
do
just
that.
blows my mind.
The older ones, you can do that. They've stopped making them that way anymore. Though.
Right. But the ones that have value, the valuable
Are just
boxes
heavier?
and packs, they're heavier. They're literally heavier
that's
by
weird.
By-
points of grams.
Yeah.
Right.
But they have it down
Milligrams,
to a
yeah.
science
But
where you can
something
go.
you can measure.
They have it
That's
down
so
to a
nuts.
science where you go, oh, that's a heavy pack, or that's a light pack.
Right.
Light packs are basically
So basically-
valueless, right?
There's a hologram in there,
Right.
Wow.
or
There's a hol-
holographic.
holographic.
Hologram.
I mean, a hologram too. They're really heavy.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
That's
there's
how
a
you know.
There's a holographic in there. And
Yeah.
so,
That's how you know holograms are very
but
heavy.
the
guys.
boxes,
Extremely heavy.
Despite popular belief.
the boxes have a
Protons.
at least the way they used to do it, have a guaranteed 12 heavy packs. Meaning
Right.
They have a guaranteed 12
Chances.
12 hollows.
Right. If you
Right.
buy a
And-
whole box,
But you
And
don't know what those hollows are.
Right. You have 12 chances at.
generally a
Charizard.
Charizard. Charizard is generally the most, like, has been and will be probably forever the rarest or like the most collected,
The most sought after.
sought after card.
Yeah.
And so it has the most value.
yeah, it's
Because it looks badass.
Right.
It's a badass dragon.
So-
that's why it's gonna be the most.
Right. But yeah, so anyways.
Like
so
it's
like,
not gonna be
people are buying.
Pikachu because nobody gives a chew about Pikachu.
Right. People are buying and opening boxes. Yeah, no,
some
nobody.
people do.
Some people do.
Yeah, Ash doesn't count.
No, there's a lot of real people. Like I know who open Pokemon cards. Max Mofo, he's a fan of Pikachu. I mean, he really likes Charizard, but no, he's a
Right.
fan. He's a fan.
No,
of
everybody likes Pikachu, but Pikachu is Pikachu.
Well, that's why they did a big campaign a few years ago and made Eevee just as big of a mascot because they just want to like expand the market. You know,
Right. Because I'm pretty sure whoever was the voice of Pikachu just went, I'm done. I'm never seeing Pikachu again.
Do they
I
have
can't.
to?
I was gonna say I can't believe they ever did. They just say it like 100 times, and you've got pretty much everything that's ever gonna happen.
Yeah, they can literally just replay.
manipulate it. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like not even. Yeah, I don't know. Pika. Yeah, but it's. Oh, I also heard this funny meme. It's like Pikachu is like if you called a dog, and then it also said dog every time that it barked. It's
Yeah.
just like dog. And you're
Dog!
like- and then you called it dog.
Right.
Because Ash calling Pikachu is like calling a dog.
Yeah.
And it's just like, this is insane.
But that's,
Like,
I mean, that's every Pokemon. That's the whole thing.
Yeah.
I guess that was like their
Specifically in the
deal.
anime,
Right.
Right.
in the games, you name your Pokemon whatever you want.
You're right. Well, I think he could too, but there's like,
In the anime, did they ever
No.
name him? No, it was just like
oh, maybe they didn't. I guess.
my Charizard.
I guess it would be too confusing for them to have named them in the show.
Was the cat
Meowth.
Meowth.
No, its
was-
name is the Pokemon is called Meowth.
Yeah,
It's
okay,
still
that's what I
called
thought.
Yeah.
Meow.
And its name is Meowth, but
Even
it can
though he
talk.
Right.
It's like sentient for some reason.
No,
It's
they're all
like-
sentient. That's the most screwed up thing about Pokemon.
No,
Is
isn't
they're-
there something about Meowth as a Pokemon where like they can learn to talk or something? Isn't that like part of the?
I
because he
can't-
was a
I
Meowth?
I know that
if
they're
all of
greedy.
them,
Because
or if
he
it's
was a
literally
Meowth, like,
just
he
the
was
Team
able
Rocket
to be able to
Meowth.
do
I
that.
think. Yeah, I don't.
I don't
remember.
know. Yeah,
I
that's
feel
the
like there was
thing.
something like that.
I don't know if all of them can. I know that Team Rocket fucks with
special.
Pokemon all the time, so
Yeah.
they could have done some special experiment or something on it. I do know that their thing is that they're always greedy, so
Yeah.
it makes sense that Meowth with that Team Rocket with Jesse and James, that he's always like wanting money too, and it makes sense.
That's kind of like a Meowth. I think that's a Meowth thing.
yeah.
But I just
they always
looked it
want
up.
money.
All Meowths can talk. In fact, Meowth is the only Pokemon that is not psychic that can talk.
Oh,
Because the
Meowth
psychics
is the only.
can talk. I
Well, yeah, because
forgot.
they can just talk into your brain or
Right.
whatever,
that's
right? Because
freaky.
they,
Yeah.
have psychic powers.
like Mewtwo.
Or Mr. Mime.
Oh no, this one was just
Gosh.
specific.
No.
This post was specifically highlighting like Slowking, because he's psychic and can
That's
talk.
right. I always
Yeah.
forget he is.
But the messed up thing about Pokemon is that they are all sentient, and yet we throw them at each other and
Or how we
They fight
force
each
them to
other.
fight, and then they eat them. Like there's a delicacy that's about they eat slowpokes
Slowpoke
tails.
tails, yeah.
Yeah. There's like this whole like I don't know.
Yeah.
it's-
Yeah.
But
there's too much
yeah,
lore
the
in
messed up thing is
Pokemon.
that they're all sentient. Like if they were just
Well,
Right. Well, there's a
because they
they
have
do talk about a certain willingness from the Pokemon, like to adapt to their master or something
Sure.
like that.
sure. Well, no, but I mean like
And then
but,
there's
like,
the whole
are
like
they that sentient? Like,
well,
there
think
are
about it.
certain ones.
They communicate with each other. Like if a dog could walk up to a canary and talk to it,
that's true.
That's true.
Like
we'd be like, "Oh
interspecies.
crap, that's amazing!"
Right.
Yeah.
Like they do interact, but they don't really.
They do talk to each other.
No, I'm talking like animals. Like you
Oh,
can
yeah.
see, you can
There,
raise.
there are some that like take cues off of each
Listen.
other. Sure.
Right.
I saw Detective Pikachu. Okay.
I did not.
Okay, Detective
I did.
Pikachu is not a Pokemon movie. It's a Ryan Reynolds movie with a Pokemon skin.
That's
True.
why I
All it
liked
is.
Also, actually, not that bad of a movie
Because it's Ryan Reynolds.
because it's just Ryan Reynolds.
I-
Also, it's adorable.
Yeah. It's a
Dude, when
Pokemon
they
skin.
walk with the Bulbasaurs in the forest.
It's so cute.
Never seen it.
So cute.
It's
Yeah.
it's
And it's extremely good.
it's
It's
semi
extremely
worth
well
a
done
watch.
Yeah,
as
and they
far as
look
visuals.
great. They look so
Yeah.
cute.
Maybe
The visuals
It's-
are
it's
amazing.
worth a watch.
I'll give it.
Maybe the Ryan Reynolds were Pokemon all along.
Can I post another question I was thinking about?
Yeah.
You can say anything you want, Gabby.
When does like bread become toast and like not bread anymore?
I think it's
You
at a
know?
certain point of
When it's-
But like
of
how-
heat.
But
When it's scorched.
Like I think as clear.
what
I
kind
think
of
that's the
toast
clearest.
do you eat? What?
What kind of toast? No, not scorched, but I do think it's at a certain
okay,
gradient of heat.
Scorching.
But that's an
scorching
interesting
is-
question because
Scorching isn't black.
hang on just a second.
Why do you have black
Because
toast?
because some people like their toast like just
Sure.
barely like
Ugh.
heated, and then some people like it basically black,
Burnt.
like where like you
All
can
right.
scrape off the
it becomes toast
yeah.
on the second bake.
There you go. I'm good with that.
Toast is baked twice.
Yep.
Bread is baked once.
Yep.
Oh my gosh! I just
Yep.
this
Can't
is
you
also a
toast
thing I
again?
just saw from a comedian too. They're like, yeah, what idiot walked up
Yeah.
to bread and was like,
Do it again.
do it again.
It's not an idiot. Whoever that person is deserves a Nobel Prize.
Oh, a Nobel Prize
For inventing
Okay.
toast? Yes.
Tim is a big toast fan.
I like
Clearly.
toast.
Yeah, but you also eat your cereal with water, so I can't trust your opinions on anything.
No, I don't eat my cereal with water.
You did?
He did. When
I
he
was a
broke.
poor college student.
I still can't trust you.
Dallas. He also didn't have toast then
True.
because he
I
didn't
also-
have a toaster.
well, I can't trust
No,
you.
I didn't have a toast.
What I'm trying to say is I can't trust
I also
the poor
couldn't afford.
Tim, so I can't
couldn't
trust
afford
you.
bread, so I couldn't even get the first. I couldn't. I didn't have the first step to toast.
Well, the kids
I
would
had
say.
cinnamon toast crunch.
I was
That's
gonna
what
say,
I had.
wait. He couldn't afford bread, but he afforded cinnamon toast crunch.
Yeah.
The kids would say you need bread to afford bread, so.
The kids wouldn't say that because
don't.
they don't call it bread because it's not 1920.
They do call it bread.
No, they don't.
They go get that bread.
You
son.
kids don't, do you? Good.
They do.
They go get
They
that
do.
bread.
Ironically,
They do. Yeah, they do ironically. Sure.
They're
They do
brave.
everything ironically because everything is ironic. Isn't it ironic? Don't you think?
Tim is mad at the world right now.
Mad at the world.
Tim's having a hard time.
I'm reminded of. Well, you reminded me of the time I couldn't afford bread or toast. It's a traumatizing time.
Or broast.
I don't know what broast is, but it sounds gross.
It's the middle stage between bread and toast.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's right when you drop it into the toaster before you push
you lower
the
it?
thing down. Yeah.
No. Before it.
No, it's when you lower it before it warms up.
Before it warms up and dings.
Well, what's
Yeah.
what's
You lower
ironic
it
is you can broast things. There is,
Broasted chicken.
roasted chicken, yeah, and there are broasting,
You know
ovens
why it's
can
called
roast.
broasted?
I do not know actually
It's
at
because
all.
it's breaded and then roasted.
Must it be breaded?
To be broasted, yes.
So that's what it means.
Yeah.
Like empirically, you're saying.
Yeah.
Because I actually don't know.
It's fried chicken, basically.
But it doesn't have. But you can
But it's not
broast.
fried.
You can broast other things.
You can bread and roast other things.
So
correct.
anything that is breaded
And roasted.
is broasted.
That is a broast.
Remember when they deep fried Oreos and everybody was like,
I do.
I did that. Absolutely delicious.
I never done
Yeah.
that.
No.
I've never
It
eaten
was
any.
fantastic.
Terrible for your arteries, but amazing in for
Let's
your
just
mouth.
let me just say I did it as a teenager. I wouldn't do it now.
Right when it was
when you can afford it.
when Zach had the sense of immortality that
Yeah.
that teenagers
It's
have.
like,
He
I
tried
will
it.
never die.
Yeah.
Give me all of the food.
Oh, the best we did. So for like a youth group event one time, we did a
"Guys
deep
just
fry
fried
night.
a bunch of shit.
Yep.
And kind of what?
We did a deep fry night, and so we could just bring whatever you wanted, and we
Gabby,
deep fry
They
it.
wanted to get the kids closer
The
to
best,
Jesus.
the best
Literally.
thing. It's one of those things that I
Just keep
tried
giving 'em
one
fried
time.
food.
It's one of those things that I tried one time. It was fantastic, and it'd be hard for me to get it to do it again. Is somebody from our group also brought ice cream. And
Deep
so
fried
we
ice cream?
No, we didn't deep. They tried. It didn't really work.
Yeah, it
'cause
kinda
the
melts.
You
yeah.
got to do it special way. Yeah.
But we took the deep fried Oreos
In
while
the-
still hot, dip it in ice cream. Woo! It was fantastic.
Oh, that sounds amazing.
It was fantastic.
See,
Because
Zach
literally
though-
the Oreo just melts.
right. Zach grew up with students
So
who were responsible enough with a deep fryer.
No,
I-
no.
I
Put your
wouldn't-
hand in it.
No,
I
Tim.
wouldn't-
Tim. The students didn't deep fry anything.
Oh, okay. All right.
We just brought the stuff.
Yeah. I wouldn't
I'm like-
imagine.
No.
There's no way I'm letting anyone who's a teenager
No,
right
no.
now to anywhere near a deep fryer.
Nah. Yeah, that ain't cool. That ain't cool, bro. No way. Jose. Not today.
Let me think what other things I think about.
This is the portion
Whoa.
of the show where Gabby thinks of other things to think
Yeah.
about. This section of the show brought to you by Think.
Is that a thing?
No.
Oh. By thinking.
So how do
Brought
you
you by
think they know
thoughts.
that some animals are like can't see certain colors?
That's a good question.
It's
You
a
know,
really
or
good
like
think.
and like sometimes like
How?
didn't what they say like is it bees or something can see like more colors?
Yeah,
How did they know that?
and there's some animals that they say are
Well,
You
compound
just
eyes.
look at
What
the
is that?
eye and they're like,
No,
well,
not-
just
not
get
just
it.
Compound
that.
eyes are one thing.
no, not just that, because you could figure that out
Nobody
pretty
asked
simply.
them.
Right?
Oh, I think they did.
They
They,
did
just
ask
didn't
them.
hear an answer back.
They went pika pika, pika. And nothing. They didn't
No,
say
they went.
Do you think Pokemon see different colors?
probably. I bet you there's some lore in there. No. But what's
Yeah,
that?
there are some racist Pokemon.
Synesthesia, right? So
I
some
had that.
animals I've
Tim, I'm
heard
ignoring
some I think insects have synesthesia where they actually sense other senses.
I have that.
Do you
They
really?
taste
Yeah.
colors.
Which way?
Hmm?
Like in what way?
A lot of times, like when people talk, not all the time, but
Yeah.
like when like certain people, like not like based on what they're saying, but just in general, I'm like, oh, you were very this color growing up,
Oh,
and
their
everybody
tone?
was like, you're insane. And also, like a lot of times when I listen to music, I can like very much like feel it, like physically
Yeah.
in my body.
I mean, you are sitting next to the bass, so maybe
There is no music playing currently.
it'll be hilarious if
There's
she's
currently
like,
no
"Whoa!" She's like, "No way!" Yeah, No, that is interesting. I have the basic kind.
Feel like different pitches, like different instruments, like feel different places.
Right. See, that's interesting. So I have the really basic thing that a lot of people have, because everyone. I don't know if everyone has a form of synesthesia, but this is a really basic
We're all
form
diseased.
that a lot of people have. So when I think of the letter A,
yes,
I think of the color red.
Sure.
Which most people do, right? And no, but that's not really why. It's more because it's like
green.
It's more like because it's.
I was green too.
It's more because it's like why, alpha, and alpha also would.
A is green.
No, it's green. Well, and it's not even. That's the point. Is it's not even like, oh, my brain made a logical association between like A. What does A stand for? A stands for apple. What is apple color? Green. Therefore A is. Right. It's that like base where like the neural pathways in your brain.
Yeah.
Like, oh, language is over here. Vision's over here. Audiology's back here. Da da da. Like when it goes. Like, it's literally misfirings where it's, like, that instantaneous, where it's not like I went through an unconscious association to get there. It is just when my brain perceives this thing visually, it automatically thinks of this other perceptual thing. I'm not doing it on purpose.
Right.
It's not like B is brown because B is bear and bear is brown and brown bear, like it's not.
But it's just for some reason you associate
like I have no idea why, like when the majority of the time when you talk, I'm like, you're very orange. Like there's just,
Me?
Yeah.
I can see that. You're pretty orange.
Tim.
Orange is like a horrible color.
What?
No.
Why is it a horrible color?
I feel like it's like ugly. Like most people don't like
bright.
orange.
You're when you talk, you take up like a lot of like area in a room, like very bright, big. Yeah.
I know. I should shut up more. That's true.
No, but I mean that's just like how my brain works.
Okay.
See, my association with orange.
I'll take that. I like that.
My association with orange is the San Francisco Giants. I love them so.
Oh. Well, yeah.
See, but even right there, like that's I don't go through association.
No, you're not going through association.
But
I'm
associated. I'm agreeing with you. Like that's the big difference. Yeah, right? It's like most people are like, oh, you remind me of this thing, and that thing also reminds me of this color. Therefore, you are this color. I'm just like you. I don't know why, but just
this thing.
Yeah,
interesting. I like that. When I was a kid, my favorite color was yellow. I don't know if that has anything to do with anything.
What do you Coldplay?
That's a great song.
I know.
That was kind of their song.
That's why I
that
referenced it.
That's like the song that like
that's the one
escalated them too.
That one and the one they stole from somebody.
They stole a song.
Their most famous one.
Their most famous song,
like Viva whatever.
Viva La Vida.
Yeah.
That was from multiple albums later, though. Who did they steal that from?
You're very teal, by the way.
Thank you.
So
I think.
Yeah, it's very calm. Good.
What color am I?
Calming.
Huh?
What color am I?
Vanilla.
She's like the blandest white I've ever seen.
I'm so sad.
I was about to be genuine and like answer, and now I'm
sorry. I didn't make that joke. I genuinely wanted to hear that. I thought that'd be interesting.
You're like cosmic purple, where it's like it's not like deep dark, but like kind of,
So
you're
like
glowy
that?
purple.
Yeah, kind of.
Or is it more like up there? That's like a pinkish.
No, not that one. This one's closer.
Okay.
But yeah.
All right.
Sick.
Yeah, and that's how like sometimes, and this is me just totally getting off track and more than you guys need to know, but it's true. Like when you walk in, like I don't know, like when we first started, before we started like going, like you were like just more down and off, and I could like see, I don't know, I could tell.
Oh, okay.
And now you're like back and you're like brighter and you're on.
Well, my glass is empty, so.
But that's not, never mind. I'm done.
No, I'm literally saying, like, I mean, the
dark.
Yellow. They call it spirits for a reason. It like. Yeah. I mean, I'm clearly not drunk, but like, yes, there is definitely
He is imbibing the spirits of other people. Yeah.
What is the?
That's a true statement.
There's some show.
You didn't make it.
Oh,
it's
yeah,
somebody
no,
else's
that is
spirit.
interesting. That is very interesting. No, there's some show where someone was. Anyway, I'm getting really off track now. But
anyway, yeah, that's what that is.
That is interesting.
Hear certain things, or even like songs, or like certain bands will like, And here's the I don't know, fucked up thing, funny thing, whatever you want to say. This has happened before. Like when I'll hear like a song just like on Spotify or something, listen to it. I'll go see that band live, and it's the same.
Really?
Yeah.
So same energy. So you've never been to one where they didn't have the same? Because I feel like I've been to live shows, and I'm like, this is not the same.
Yeah, I mean,
some bands are not good live.
There's just, I mean, and it's not even just like energy of like how like hyped up they are. I just mean like the sound to me, makes my brain go, here's the color.
Yeah. Here's sensation.
It's you've already made it's not an association, but you've already seen or heard the color. It's like
when you see a word and your brain reads that word.
Right.
You're not even associating anymore. It's just recognition at this point. It's like that. Like, okay.
Yeah, that's what happens when I read.
I grew up, my dad and I listened to Offspring all the time. Okay. You know,
Offspring.
Yeah. Okay, then we go and see them live acoustic at Ace of Spades. Like, talk about like total, total shift.
Yeah. Complete tone shift.
It was the same.
Songs were the same. Yeah, that's interesting.
All I can say is you're gonna go far, kid.
Thanks, bud. That's what my dad signs on all my cards.
I got fist bump.
That's pretty good.
My dad puts that on all my cards.
Yeah,
that's good.
You're gonna go far, kid.
But yeah. So, anyways.
Yeah.
Fun facts.
That's super interesting.
You said that, and I do that when I read. I will skip over words, and I'll still read them, but I will never actually look at them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
brain
have
picks up, okay, so and this is the difference.
I do that with paragraphs.
Because brain picks up a lot of
because
tricks.
I'm bored. I've definitely no joke.
What were you saying?
No, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
About your brain.
Well, because and I think the last thing I'll say on that is like your brain picks up a lot of tricks, and I think it's the difference between like Tim, you just read and work with language so much that your brain will just like skip steps and just go like 1 to 4.
Yeah.
Versus mine goes like 1 to B.
Right.
And it's like, it's like those things algebra. Like shouldn't. Well, no, but it's like those shouldn't match.
I got you. But that's interesting.
Yeah.
So.
That's what
I've never told you guys this, have I?
No.
I think you and I have talked about this one other time because I do remember you telling me that you had synesthesia.
Yeah.
I do remember that, but I don't think we got into the depths of like,
But actually, yeah.
Yeah, I think I do remember you saying something about auras.
Yeah.
And I think that was about it. But yeah, no, that's super interesting.
I could realize when I was like a kid and I would tell people this, they're like, what the fuck? Shut the fuck up.
She sees things.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
You walk.
They're like, hey, shut up.
You're really red today.
You little freaky
European. She's a gypsy.
She's freaking me out.
Honestly.
Did gypsies come from that?
Gypsies come saying that word.
No.
Is that wrong?
I'm like, okay, I'm like
I was
pure
like, they
blood.
call themselves gypsies.
No, I'm like pure
no,
blood
it's
because all my ancestors are Hungarian, Austrian, Romanian, Croatian, Polish, and like
those are like
a little bit of Czech.
Gypsy countries, right?
Yeah, man. I'm
Okay,
all in
not
the
that
belt,
all
right?
gypsies come from those countries, nor are all those countries gypsies.
Right.
But yeah, gypsies come from nowhere. That's the point.
Well, I mean, yeah.
No, but they're all from.
If you want to be Dallas,
correct me if I'm wrong.
You could be a gypsy.
I do not want to be. I don't have a longing to be a gypsy, but I'm curious.
Dallas, there's
Why not?
Celtic gypsies.
I know,
there's
Tim.
Oh.
no, I'm not disagreeing with Gabby.
I always think
I'm
about
saying
the ones that are like in America now. I mean, I met some real gypsies when I went over to England. That was interesting.
Yeah, there you go.
But there's ones
The
in
like stereotypical ones that
right.
you think of. Yeah, those are the Eastern Europeans.
and they call themselves
Romani,
right?
Yes, if they're
So
Romanian.
are they trying to say
that's
mainly
because they're from
Romania?
Romania.
Or
we also have to realize like Romania very much, especially in like the time period that they're talking about, was very much like the wanderer. Nobody else wants us. Like we all kind of landed here. Zone.
We've been segregated.
Well, that's why Romanian's such a weird language.
Really?
Because it's like Hungarian's already whack. Like Hungarian's already a mess for me to try and understand. Romanian even more so because both of them, not similar to each other, but in their own ways, just picked up flavors of all the areas around them.
Yeah,
gotcha.
You know,
they evolved by travel.
It's like, yeah, it kind of sounds Russian. Yeah, it kind of sounds German. Yeah, it kind of sounds Polish. Yeah, it kind of sounds, like the Romantics a little kinda-ish, sometimes. Certain words.
I mean, there's some Romanian poetry.
Would you bring my bottle?
Like, you could literally,
please.
You can almost hear the Italian influence in it.
So, well, and it's that same idea. It's like, you're a wanderer, you pick up, you have to fit in, and, you know. Anyway, yeah, this is way more about my backstory don't need it, but here you go.
This is super interesting. Please keep talking about it.
Yeah. So
If you want.
No, I'm trying. I'm like, I don't know what else to. Yeah. I don't know.
yeah,
That's my story, I guess.
we.
And on that note.
Oh. Yeah.
I don't know. We're at an hour 30.
Oh.
I see.
That's probably good.
Oh, I was just gonna say about my skipping paragraphs. I used to just read. I would just read books that I even just genuinely really liked.
Right.
But it'd be in a boring part, and so I just like skip through like 3 paragraphs, or I just like sometimes I just skip full pages, go to the next page, and then when I'd go back and reread the book, I'd be like, I don't remember that part.
It would refer to something, and you're
I was
like, wait, what
I'd
was
go
that?
back. Well, I'd go back and reread it and be like, I don't remember reading that the last time I read this. And I was like, oh, I saved a little,
I
nugget.
Button up. I can button up with or I guess I could wait till Dallas comes back. But either way, like the common synesthesia example is numbers having colors, right? That's the common one. But basically, in a nutshell, it's a neurological condition in which stimulation of one sensory or cognitive pathway, so for example, your hearing, leads to automatic involuntary experiences in a second sensory or cognitive pathway, such as vision. Simply put, when one sense is activated, another unrelated sense is activated at the same time without association. Yeah. 2 to 4% of the population, which a sensory stimulus presents in one modality, elicits concurrent sensations in the other. There you go. So
I guess I might have a little synesthesia in terms of when I smell something, I will taste it.
Well, that's just how noses and stuff work. I feel like a lot of times aren't when you smell.
Oh,
things,
okay. Yeah, I heard you saying that when I went to the bathroom.
No, but I mean like
tastes
cut
are
grass. Like cut grass. I'll smell it and I'll get a taste in my mouth. Not of the grass, but it.
Oh, okay.
I'll have a sensation. It actually has a sweet sensation in my mouth.
Yeah.
So yeah, and it's not like a specific flavor. It'll set off sweet or sour
There you
or.
go. These are the most common ones where it's like letters and numbers have a color.
Those are the most common colors?
Well, or no, those are the most common. Like if people
Exhibit
who
these
say they
signs.
have synesthesia, like that's the most common one.
Yeah.
Like that doesn't happen for me. I don't really see with letters. Like I'm just like that's just a word.
See, I have it for certain for most letters.
Yeah.
And numbers. Number 1 for me.
Oh, here we go. Look at this happy girl dancing to headphones and music's coming, and colors are coming out. That's
She
me.
literally looks like she got shot in the head with a paintball gun and
Yes. That's
blood paint is coming
Or
out the
her
back.
brain was
Hit
like a
me.
bunch of paintballs,
I,
and then they just
seeing
all
that
got
girl
exploded.
That's believable.
Anyway.
I don't.
Yeah, our brain doesn't make pretty colors. It's gray.
You know what? You're discounting all the other colors that are in there.
Gabby has proved me wrong with
Like
an
red.
illustration of a brain that has been colored,
No.
They always color map
and
a
it's
brain,
really
right?
kind of funny.
Well, there's one. Okay, so on the left it says they call them synesthetes, or if you have synesthesia. So
Wow.
on the left it's
They're their own
non,
group
and
of
it says
people, huh?
brain's highways are organized, and there's these nice little pathways around this little brain, and he has a little happy face. The one on the right, where it does have synesthesia, is a lot of squiggly lines, and it says brain highways overlap, and the face is now confused, and in the corner just says LOL what. There you go.
What?
There you go.
What?
Or as Kanye would say, "It's in my code,"
It's in my code.
Why are we saying what Kanye would say?
because he says he's got synesthesia as well.
A lot of musicians do.
Because it's in his code.
But he says it's in his code. No one else said that.
No.
He goes, "You ever seen the glitch?
You ever
You
seen
don't tell
Wreck-It
me they don't
Ralph?
look at me like the motherfucking glitch.
It's in my code.
It's in my code." Tim, it's in his code, dude.
If you've never seen that interview, go look
It
up.
is one of the
Go
greatest
look up
things
Kanye
ever.
West.
It's the
glitch.
BBC One interview. It is hilarious, but it's also very informative.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It is both.
I couldn't not laugh at that.
It's
Okay.
incredible.
And you will see what's
It
in
is.
Kanye's code.
It's art.
Yeah.
Do you think
Honestly.
animals get synesthesia?
I think Well, that's what I was talking about earlier. I
That's
think
what we
yes.
started this conversation with.
I think yes.
Well,
I think I've heard of
that's
this.
That's not where we started. It's just where.
Well, I mentioned it earlier, but yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I sincerely, I'm pretty sure I've read that somewhere.
That'd be cool.
It may not be animals. It might be insects, but yes, there's some forms of animalia
Well, that's why they're
that have that.
That's why they're like attracted to different colors.
Right.
Right.
Right. Like for instance, flies. I just know this because I watch comedians in cars getting coffee all the time. On one of the episodes, Jerry specifically, he gets this like yellow Ferrari, and he goes, "It's called something fly yellow." It's called like fly yellow or something like that. And he goes, "Why?" He goes, "Flies are really attracted to this color." And he goes, "We don't know why, but it's true." And so the official name of that color is fly yellow. And it's like
seems like a terrible idea.
you would think, but it's like I don't know. It's just a weird.
I'd want
thing.
an
I want to kill
anti-fly
them all.
color.
Right.
Well, no, you're
right.
going fast. You just kill them all.
Well, no, it's when you park. Yeah, it's
Gabby's like mass murder of flies
Right.
via
The
the
last-
color yellow.
because definitely the thing I want on a car I just spent $100,000 on or more is to have a bunch of flies attracted to it while it's sitting still.
Right. I mean, it's a
Yeah.
Ferrari, so it's already a piece of shit. But
I mean, I'm not a fan of
Jim.
Ferraris. I'm a Lamborghini guy, but
I don't have money.
I don't. Yeah, I don't
Well, you
care.
can
That
still
was
be a
just
fan
for a joke.
of,
That
you
was
know?
just for a joke.
I know you. I thought you like. Is it McLaren's or is it?
I like McLaren's. Yeah.
Or is it? Don't tell me. It's James Bond's car. Frick! I always forget the name of these. I know what they are too. I get them confused with McLaren's too. Just the name. It is a.
I don't know cars.
Gosh, it's a guy's name. They're called.
It's him.
For some reason, I want to say Steve McQueen, but I know
Lightning
that's not. Well, I mean, maybe
Owen
that's why.
Wilson's
Maybe that's
cars.
why. Maybe that's why. Aston Martin.
Yeah.
That's it. Yes.
Yeah, there it is.
You,
My
Lord.
favorite
you,
car
Yeah,
is
Yeah,
yeah,
you
like-
got to me.
you got it
'cause
right. Yeah.
I was starting.
I
to
like
get,
McLaren's, but Aston Martins are my favorite.
Yeah, Aston. I knew that. I
My
knew
favorite
that.
car is the Lightning McQueen.
I bet you could get that made for you. Well,
It's
Lightning
probably just
McQueen.
a Ford.
yeah, he's a NASCAR, so it's
Yeah.
not even. That's
really
actually could be
funny.
easy to get.
Yeah, actually he wins, so he's probably a Toyota.
That's funny. But
I don't like NASCAR people, but I know that joke. That's a good one.
That is a funny joke. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, wait, Gabby. I mean, are you just not into cars at all? Is there a car that you like that, like, if you had the
I think,
funds?
and this might sound dumb, but I think it's true. I think I just like cars when somebody, I don't know, when somebody's like, oh, this is my favorite one, and either got like, it's my uncle's and we redid it and da-da-da-da-da, and it's like very much like this specific one is very important to them. I'm like, wow, that's really cool.
So you,
you know?
appreciate more the sentimental.
Yeah, I
value.
don't really care. I'm like, oh, this whole line looks way better than that other line. I'm like, I've seen, ones that look completely different from the next, and I'm like, wow, both of those are like pretty awesome.
Okay, gotcha. You don't really draw a huge distinction.
I'm not like,
between-
oh, because it's a.
You're like, these are all
whatever.
good-looking
Then I'm
cars
like,
to
wow.
me.
I'm just like,
Right.
oh, like I think like car shows are so cool when there's
Yeah.
like the old ones and they like make them all like pretty, and then they're just like,
Right.
this
Oh,
took.
classic cars and stuff.
Yeah, they're like, this took me 3 years to fix and make like this. I'm
Right.
like, holy crap, and it works and it like does stuff, and they're
Yeah.
like, yeah, I want to drive in it. I'm like, holy shit, okay.
You're like, that's some dedication.
I think that's cool.
Sure. I mean, yeah, of course. That's more appreciation.
Yeah.
Totally.
So I guess it's almost like I appreciate more with like what one person who is like a super enthusiast about it can do with that car versus me being like all of
Right.
those. Oh yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Yeah.
See, again, if I saw that, I wouldn't be like, damn, that's the
Yeah.
car I need. I'd just be like, if somebody though like got that car and was like, wow, look at all this stuff I did to it and here and da da da,
Right.
I'd be like, wow, that's really cool.
Yeah. So
Gotcha.
this is
You
the,
appreciate appreciation.
this is the car I would
Yeah.
get now if I had the
I'm
money.
very empathetic. It's just
the
how I
money
roll.
for it.
Right.
It's the
nice thing.
the 2021 Aston Martin Vantage convertible.
Wow.
It's just a pretty car.
It looks like
Because here's why I'm weak.
It looks like a
No.
nice shark.
Because
Yeah.
here's why I'm weak.
Yeah.
Because that classic car, like, not that one, Tim, you're saying specifically, but like in this example, somebody else, also a good, like, collector person, whatever, can come up and be like, here's why this car totally sucks and is the worst one. I'd be like, oh, yeah.
You're like, I agree.
Oh, that one's not good. That one's not good anymore.
Yeah. I hate it too.
I am fairly similar where I don't really know a lot about
Roadster.
cars. I also don't
that's beautiful.
really care that much about cars.
I like when
What?
I like-
Zach, you have the best car of all of us. What are you talking about?
That's true.
But then I also like there are some cars that I've seen that I'm like, oh, that looks really nice and I'd like
your
that.
car
You know,
leaks
it'd be
when
cool.
it rains.
Facts. She just spit in the
It's
facts.
true.
Zach, tell the people what the make and model of your car is.
I have a 2006 Saturn View,
That's enough
and we
to
are
die.
as of today,
Guys.
as of right at this moment.
Okay.
I am at 199,995 miles on this car.
5 more miles and it's just gonna die.
Dude, you gotta
I've got
have a
5 miles
celebration.
left to 200,000,
Wow.
and
And that thing's been to Saturn and back.
it's been to Saturn and back.
That's
And I think,
amazing.
and I am desperately hoping it doesn't just fall apart as it hits right over the 200 mark.
200,000 literally exploded.
I've been saying it for months, but I have this sneaking suspicion, like
Yeah.
in a cartoon, like
It'll just all
it'll just the entire car will just like crumble.
The tires like go
200,000
sideways.
miles
or
and just-
whatever.
Look,
Tires just the entire car just
I've
falls out,
seen cars do some
and I'm
crazy
just left
things.
sitting there in the seat
holding the steering wheel. Yeah.
Just literally in the middle of the road, just in the seat with the
Yeah.
steering wheel. Everything else is broken off of you, and you're just
Yep.
like, what has happened?
Yep.
That, I was going to say, I've seen cars do some crazy things in real life.
I've had cars do weird stuff under me.
I've never seen a car just spontaneously explode or just like parts will randomly fall off. Like it's things that you knew like were vibrating or were fluctuating or had some
So-
issues, and you're like, I should have fixed this a while ago, and then they'll like break off or some. you
So
know.
this happened to me where my first car that I ever had was a Chevy Lumina Sport.
Ooh.
Trust me, it wasn't very sporty. That's not the point. The point is I was driving home and I was on a road that kind of had some turns. And it's, you know, that 7-Eleven off of 32.
Yes.
So I was headed toward that 7-Eleven.
Mm-hmm.
And they're gonna find us.
They're going to be fine. It's not, they're not going to find us. So I'm headed there.
32nd Street. Yes.
32nd Street,
Yeah.
in New York City. Anyway, the point is,
Yeah, the 7-Eleven
Here comes
the 7-Eleven on
32nd
32nd Street
in New York City.
because you know there's a 7-Eleven there.
You know what's funny? I don't think I ever saw a 7-Eleven while I was there. I mean, I'm not far beyond the, absolute thing, but I was there for 5 days. I don't remember seeing one.
That's all right. Anyway, my point. It's not the
They
point.
may not have them.
So
on
I'm
these
driving,
guys.
and there's a little bit of a curve in
Yeah.
that curviness in that road, and I was making one of the slight turns,
Right.
and my steering wheel went completely loose, and I was
You
like,
lost power steering?
no, like it was.
Or no.
It-
That's the opposite.
Yeah.
Power steering would be tighter.
No, it's just gone, and I was like, what is going on?
Oh, God.
And I came out into right up to the 7-Eleven, and it was on my right, so I just like grabbed it and I like gingerly pushed it, and it caught,
Oh.
and I turned into the parking lot,
Yeah.
and I was making a right turn, so I made a right turn, and I'm headed toward a parking spot, but the parking spot was a little to the left.
Wow.
So I had to turn to the left a little bit to straighten out. I turned to the left, my car went click, chunk, and dropped, and I like turned it off immediately because the engine was revving.
Well, yeah.
And I hop out, and my driver front left tire is turned and wedged underneath the car.
Oh.
And I'm like, what is
Yeah.
this? So I called up the tow truck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tow truck driver comes up, He's like, yeah, you got a problem? It's like, yeah, I got a problem. Like, that's not supposed to do that.
Yeah, you're driving.
He looks at it and like spent like a good 5 minutes looking at it, and he gets up and he goes, dude, I've been doing this for 22 years. I have never seen this. Dang. What had happened was the bolt that held the wheel in place, the bolt sheared off.
Whoa.
The
How
wheel
old was your car?
It was a 95 and this was in 2000, so it was 5 years old.
What kind of car?
A Lumina.
Never buy a Lumina.
Chevy.
Lumina.
Hey guys,
Chevy
apparently
Well,
those suck.
that was back when Chevy was still shit, and so. Was
Oh no,
Ford.
the car was crap.
Right.
It was not a quality car, but
Damn.
the bolt that holds your wheel onto the axle shearing off.
Well, yeah, that's kind of a big deal, and only 5 years old.
It was only 5 years old.
Okay, well, dude, that's scary, and
Right?
I'm glad you're okay. But
It
that's
was creepy, man.
that's a crazy feeling. I have, in contrast to both you guys, although Tim does have a much nicer car now, but
Oh yeah.
I have had my Honda Accord. It's 2007. I've had it since then. The only first owners technically were my parents because they brought it new.
Right.
My mom had it for almost 2 years, and then she just goes, "I don't like this car." She goes, "Do you want it?" And I was like, "Yeah." She goes, "Well,
No.
she didn't. Well, she didn't give it to me." She goes, "Do you want to take over the payments?" And I was like, took me a little while to consider, and then I was like, "Yes," which, in hindsight, I'm glad I did it. But at the time, I knew it was a stretch because was a big payment every month. And they got it before the bubble popped in 2008.
Right.
So the payment was even higher than all these other cars. I knew friends who got cars in 2010, and their payments were lower, and they paid their cars off before I finished on that one.
Wow.
That goes to show you like how crazy the payment was. But point is, I took it over, I paid it, and I didn't pay it like 100%. My dad helped me a bit because I just didn't have great jobs back then, and whatever. But basically, I paid definitely over half of the whole like brand new car, like with interest and stuff. And I still have it today, and I only have way less than 200,000. I mean, yours being a year older than mine.
I only
have
with 160,000 miles on it already.
Right. I'm not even saying you did it, but I'm just saying like my car for how old it is. I only have 136.
Yeah. It's one of those things where, so when I got the Saturn, again, it was, for when I got it, it was in good condition.
Right.
The one thing that I noted, like, exterior and interior were, like, in good condition.
Right.
The biggest thing is the interior, all of the passenger seats, including the shotgun seat, were all in, like, pristine condition. But the driver's seat was just, like, shredded. Like, there's, if you've seen my car, there's a big, like, tear in the seat. Right? And it's been like that since I got it. Meaning,
it used to be owned by a dog, and the dog drove it.
well, just meaning somebody who drove a lot.
That dog.
Somebody who drove a lot
He's
and just
evolving.
had like solo had it.
Right.
Meaning, I'm assuming somebody who just had a business job, like, and they commuted, right? And I'm assuming that's what it was for. It was just literally a commute car.
Yeah.
And they just drove it all the time to commute it because
Right.
the fact that it, got 160,000 miles and it was 2006. And it had 160,000 miles when I got it in, I want to say, 2015.
Okay.
Right? 2014, 2015?
So 9 years.
9 years, 160,000 miles. That's a
that's a
lot
lot.
of driving, you know?
Yeah.
And I mean,
And that's-
since then, I've in
That's
7
not
years
a lot
or
of.
so,
That's not a lot of in-town stuff.
right?
That's distance
No, yeah, that's what
driving.
I'm saying. In 7 years, I've put 40,000 miles on it, and I
Right.
commute occasionally.
You know
I
who
could
it
go
was?
down to Roseville.
You know who it was? It was Jack the Ripper's reincarnate.
Oh,
There were a lot of dead
He was
prostitutes.
busy.
that's
why-
like there was an abnormally high number of dead prostitutes in the vehicle when I bought it.
But they were all
What
in
is,
the.
what is a not abnormally high number?
I don't know. Ask Zach. He's the one who said it.
That's a really
let me
good question,
clarify.
Gabby.
I was not Jack the Ripper, the previous owner of the
Correct.
car.
Car was
That
right.
just means you bought his car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do I know how many?
Learn.
Yeah, he's like, it's not my business to
Yeah.
ask why there was dead prostitutes in the car.
There
I
weren't
just
dead
purchased
prostitutes in the car when I got it.
it. Oh, okay. I thought
There are now. Wait a
Lame.
minute.
but there are now.
There aren't. I mean,
How
there
they-
aren't right now.
How they got there,
There have been.
I will not disclose.
Your
but
Uber has arrived.
your
Oh,
Uber
no.
has arrived.
has
Oh
arrived.
no.
Honestly, Jack the Ripper, Uber driver, makes a lot of sense.
I think they already made that movie.
Well, ironically, Uber is.
It's just called Uber. The whole
Yeah,
movie.
I know.
I'm pretty sure there's like a murder
there's-
slasher film that is
Probably, but
around
the weird
ride
thing
shares.
is that. So I know there's been some weird stuff that happened with Uber. I think it was mostly like sexual stuff. I'm pretty
Oh,
sure.
jeez.
Yo, yeah,
I
yeah.
think there was like
Probably.
I think there was like misconduct.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
absolutely.
Happening.
Anybody surprised?
I mean, it's not really that surprising, but
No.
Gabby speaking into a pillow.
The
if you can hear her.
irony-
We're talking about humans.
but the irony is that no one ever,
I'm also
as
all the
far
way
as I can
for it.
remember,
Yes.
no one's really emphasized this whole like taxi driver killer, right? Like just driving around doing a taxi because that'd be so much
They did it in an
easier.
episode of Sherlock.
They did.
Well, yeah, okay, that's true,
Thank you.
but
That was a good episode too.
Yeah.
It was, but
I liked that guy,
The-
the actor that did
He's
that.
good.
He was good.
but the thing about that is
he was insane.
that would make a
Were there
lot
really
more sense
bad
than
episodes?
Uber's because Uber's the whole time while you're driving
really
around.
Bad episodes.
True.
They're GPS tracking not only the driver but also the passenger.
Burner phone. Easy.
So
Next question.
they know exactly where you are, like what you're doing, like who's driving you. And I know this because I drove for Uber for a while too. So it's one of the safest modes of travel, even if you do it alone. And I know some people, some ladies who don't feel comfortable doing it alone, and that's fine. But I'm just saying, of all things, it is one of the more safe, modes of travel.
I would rather take a train and be potential murder train. Than
Oh, I'd love that. That'd be fun. Orient Express.
100%.
Let's do it.
That reminds me. I still need to see Knives Out. Which actually reminds me, we need to pick a date for the theater.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah, I've forgotten about that.
We'll talk about that after.
Yeah, we will.
We are
Basically,
nearing 2
in our-
hours. Just a heads up.
All right, bye, folks.
I was just gonna end on a good news note.
Oh, I love.
Oh, we have good news.
This
I
is
mean,
rare.
mostly for me, but
Oh, okay. Whatever.
Okay, so it's selfish good news.
Well,
but it's
hey,
still
look,
good
he'll
news.
be happy while he tells us. Go ahead.
this weekend
Yeah.
I'm going down, and my dad and I are finishing, and I'm driving my new car back up.
Correct.
Okay.
Wow.
I've heard this many times before.
I've never told you that I'm actually bringing it with me.
I've heard
told you probably, possibly.
To
You're
the
saying
extent-
definitely.
No, to the
I'm
extent
saying
that he's-
definitely.
I am driving him down so he can drive it back. We're
Yes.
talking like that level.
Yes.
You're
Well,
like-
that's
you're
also
like-
happening because Zach doesn't want to take the Saturn.
Or
No,
he may
it's
strap
because-
it to the back of your car so you can tow him up here.
It's because my dad does not want the Saturn.
Also true.
Yeah, what are you gonna do with the Saturn?
I don't know
Burn it.
yet.
Dude,
Evidence.
just
For the insurance money.
Evidence.
Yeah.
scrapyard, man.
Yeah, no, I could do that.
Pick and pull, baby.
Pick and pull.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do whatever. Yeah.
You know what? Just park it at Scott and employees.
Oh
They need some pick and pull parts. Here you go. Here you go.
Just park it next to wherever theirs is on the side of the road and just call
like-
it for both of them.
Be like, later. You know what? I always think about that.
Anyways, before we move on to
Yeah. Dude, that's great, man.
no, I just meant we were to end,
Yeah.
Yeah.
You finally get your Beamer, dude.
dude. Yep.
Nice. Now you become a full-fledged douchebag.
Yep.
Yeah.
Man bun and everything.
Yep.
That's what happens as soon as you
Hell
drive a
yeah,
Beamer,
dude.
man. Even if you were a nice guy before,
It's
doesn't
true.
matter.
Hell yeah.
Be prepared. His
Be-
color's going to
yep.
change.
I'm just worried we're going into summer, and I'm just like, tank tops. You gotta be careful.
he's gonna be
yeah.
wearing a tank top that
Yeah.
says "Sun's out, guns out." Yeah, yeah.
On those leather
and then he's
seats,
gonna wear.
man.
He's gonna have another one that says "Beamer." I hardly know her.
Wow.
Ouch.
All right. Anyways, on that note,
Yeah. On that note,
we never introed. We just started going.
Also, we need to
Oh.
come up with an outro.
that's
I was
true.
just gonna say on that.
I was gonna
note.
say, Zach. Actually, I do. Well, I don't know if this should be talked about. We should probably wrap up, and then I'll talk to you about it afterward.
Listen,
But I have an
listen,
idea for the
podcast
jingle.
listeners. We're not going to tell you everything. We're just going to tell you what we're going to talk about after.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Anyway.
leave you with some info.
Thank you for joining us. Hope you've enjoyed what we've talked about. I certainly haven't, so I
Cool.
hope you've gotten something out of it.
Good sell.
Yeah.
Business,
Wow.
baby.
Yeah. No, see, they'll listen to it ironically. They'll be like, "I love to hear his pain. It's genius."
Do we really want an audience that listens to us ironically.
That's all audiences. They just don't know it yet, Tim.
I believe there's some out there who won't,
Who are genuine.
who are genuine.
We don't want them. We're douchebags now. We're getting beamers.
It's just that side of the
Started with
room.
Why did I sign up then?
Yeah, no. Gabby and I are
You
away
tell
from all
me.
that. It's just
You
it's just
signed up
those
with the
two.
man who's going to get the beamer, so I'm just saying. All right. Thanks again. We hopefully we'll see you next time.
Adios.
Amigos.